Hey guys, welcome to the Mysteries of Selindor, episode number, I don't know. We're broken and we're trying to fix it.
It's episode 68, and I am trying to figure out what's happening here.
So we've been here for like 20 minutes just trying to figure out how it got so broken. We don't know. We're waiting for Nikita to show up, but we used a proxy and it still doesn't fit. So basically we're just bad at things in general, just really, really bad. But we figured we might as well do it live because it's been a while. How's everyone doing? How you doing, Weaver System? Juliet, haven't met you before. Hadoken, how's it going? We never actually talked to anybody when we played D&D, so it's kind of nice actually to be like, hey, what's up? What's been going on with everybody? We're not playing next week either, by the way. Just so everybody can be sad about that.
I was gonna be like, yes, but I'm like, I actually have mixed feelings about this every time that happens.
What?
Well, PoE League start, so I can do straight up League start, but I don't get to play D&D. So I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, this is cool.
Fine.
Oh.
It has happened, I think, literally every single time that on PoE League start we have missed our session because it always happens on a Friday.
We've had a few where it didn't, but it's just one of those. I'm like, cool, I'll just go play League, but I'm like, I don't get to play D&D.
Yeah.
How's that going, babe?
I'm working on it. Please carry on. I don't know. It's like the resolution changed on my computer or something, which it didn't.
Well, you did change your... Was it happening on... Didn't you keep Discord on a different screen?
It's on my second screen, but the resolution has not changed from when we moved it. Like, it's the same settings. So... I don't know. Maybe Discord changed something that I'm not aware of.
I mean, she changed her monitors, so things
happen. It's the same monitor,
guys,
though.
Let's get crack-a-lackin'. Hopefully Nikita will be here soon, but until then, Mysteries of Selindor. Very recently, our team, New Death, has dived into the second cauldron of Agar, a water primordial, ? They believe that they are in the trials of a second primordial, which is going to help them in the long run solve something involving Selindor. At this point, I don't feel like they have a clear-cut reason why they're doing any of this. But that's D&D for you, isn't it?
We're trying to prevent the end of the world, okay?
They're trying to prevent the end of something.
I mean, we're...
Yeah.
No, never mind.
I think it's the nature of D&D that the characters never really understand why they're doing anything. But it's that same sort of storytelling that has led to some of the best stories of all time, right? Characters don't need agency. You about done there, babe?
I guess we haven't had any like serious conversations with anyone who might actually know more, because everyone we talk to is like, yeah,
it's a
goat
whole
demon monster thing. Like,
I don't know what you're talking about. I've only seen a few goats, and only one of them was a monster. Anyways, so the team has descended into a second cauldron, the Cauldron of Strife, in which they have been battling for strife tokens, some sort of enchanted coin that allows them to stay warm against the curse of the Cauldron of Judgment. I said strife. I say it all the time. Strife, Sea of Strife is what connects to the Sea of Judgment, or the Cauldron of Judgment, so it's confusing in their strife tokens. My own fault. I design bad things. And so they are attempting to find their way towards the center of this cauldron and find some aspect of Agar. I believe you guys did get information on what was here, or no? They don't know what they're looking for, but they know that there's something.
We're headed to the lights, and we just got away from some giants.
Yeah. So, right now yes. So just having been ambushed by a couple of giants that threw rocks at them from the ground as they were polymorphed, flying through the sky of this cauldron. Grim almost died, and then they found their way.
Grim did not almost die.
Back through the sky, traveling now towards a destination, thinking maybe perhaps fighting every random thing we come across is not the best idea.
I was not trying to fight it.
I wanted to fight it.
I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about the general consensus.
I was trying to say hello and ask them why they threw a rock at me.
They said hello with smacking you to the ground.
They did. It was very painful.
Alan, thank you for the 36 months.
Okay.
Wait,
No,
that's 3
Yay.
whole years, right?
Maybe 3
yes.
Holy
That's 3 years. Wow.
That's a big one.
I hit a milestone, guys.
Yeah.
Did it.
Anyways, so yes, you guys pick up. I think you're moving in the direction of the lights on the edge of the ledge, not the ledge, whatever it's called, the shelf, which is the second section, the inner circle of the Cauldron of Judgment, which is basically just a cliff face of glaciers. But in the distance, some ways north and around, you guys have begun flying in that direction. Do you guys want to go ahead and make me a roll? I assume you guys are transformed. It's hard to do this because we always miss 1 week between every freaking session, so I can't remember what everybody was transformed in. Or
I'm polymorphed.
you're polymorphed by Cleary.
Yeah. And then Bropsy and Grim are still eagles as well.
Yeah, Grim re-eagled.
I'm on my second eagle.
And I think
Papa.
I only have Cleary, and everyone else was on the other.
See, guys, we figured it out.
Because
Should
I
I
was going
have
to
done
drop
this
Cleary
before
off
the
to
session?
try and save Grim.
Gotcha. So you guys are carrying these individuals, and you begin flying towards the lights in the distance against the side of the cliff face, known as the shelf. So, who wants to roll a d10?
I haven't done one yet.
Go for it.
I did it last time and got smashed,
You
so
did.
that's not.
Okay.
It did not go well.
Just remember, if you roll a 7, it's another. I was going to say another monster under the ice.
I got a
What
6.
did I roll last time? I rolled.
Oh,
Okay, I
as you
rolled 3
guys
last time. It's not more
move-
chance.
as you guys move through the skies, they become more open and clear. It is smooth sailing, so you guys are going to make additional time.
Hey.
So, I believe we found out in per hour flight, you guys could travel, 4.6?
Yeah,
miles?
something like
Ish
that.
miles, yeah.
So in your 4.6 miles of flight, we're going to go ahead and bump that up to 9 miles of flight. Literally
Oh, man.
double.
We'll have to make some adjustments after the first hour.
Yeah, instead of flying against the wind, you guys find yourself bolstered. You're not sure if the wind primordial has come to awaken inside of Bropsy and maybe made the gusts go with you. You don't know, but it is smooth sailing. As you guys continue on for the next hour, I think you still have like 20 something miles left, because if you're heading around the skirt, it was going to be 40, so now cut down to 27, because then you're taking 9 off. So yes, 18 miles left until you get there. I can do math, guys. Who wants to roll another d10?
Top of the order, back to Beelan.
Sure. Six.
Well, re-roll it, just because we rolled the same number twice. So you guys have rolled.
Maybe
You guys
it's
have rolled.
super lucky.
But maybe it's just clear skies again. Come on. 5.
Could be.
That's
5.
new. That's new.
As you guys begin heading and you begin to skirt along the cliff edge that is the ledge, you see all these cracks running between these different, very slowly drifting glaciers. You can see there's waterways that separate between each one of them, creating sort of canyons almost between the ice. And you can see that there are maybe a few individuals that could be sailing amidst these, but it's very hard to make out anything in particular within the second level, just because of the nature of how convoluted the waterways are, and especially at your height. But as you continue to make your way around, you do spot what looks like a pack of white furry mounds moving slowly up the side of the cliff face.
Polar bears?
With yours, you can tell they are not polar bears, whatever they are. They remind you more of apes than anything else.
Yeah. I'm gonna make my advantage perception check.
You guys are flying, so no encounters are compulsory. I
I
mean,
rolled it. Nat 29. Look at him.
Yeah, I don't know
Grim probably
what
doesn't know what a
Grim has
Yeti
heard,
is.
but this is a white furred, bipedal, very large upper body strength, very similar to a gorilla.
Are they Yetis?
They are in fact Yetis. Some of them appear to be larger than others, but it looks to be a family of them, a pod, if you will. I think they call them pods when they're something else, something in particular with pods. Anyways, I'm gonna call them pods.
Anytime we fly over something like that, Mitnir is just kind of like dipping down, like wanting to dive bomb.
Oh yes, yeah, so you see Mitnir keep trying to dive. Don't you dare! Don't you dare!
Let's see if there is a collective noun for a Yeti. I don't think there is.
What is it for gorillas? What is a gorilla?
Oh,
It's
I
a
think
family,
that's
right?
yeah. Hold on, let me see. For
it's always surprising what you call groups of animals. I may
troop.
Still
it's troop.
Troop.
Yeah, for gorillas, it's troop.
Well, there's a troop of Yetis, guys, and they love playing country music and
You do be like that.
yeah. So you guys are just gonna keep flying?
I mean, I don't think we want to go fight Yetis, do we?
I mean,
I'm giving you guys options.
do we think they have a bunch of tokens?
Because again, you're flying.
I don't think we have the resources to be fighting much of anything right now.
Yeah.
They're less strong than giants, but
Squawk at all of that. Just
yeah, but they're probably still gonna be strong.
Around this time, you guys should be making it. We were flying into the night, correct? So you guys should be making it into around midnight at this point. Is what I'm going to call it, because again, I don't remember what we're doing, but it is in fact getting colder and darker. And as you guys find yourself another 4.5 closer, you see that this cold is beginning to be slightly more intense. There seems to be like energy in the air as you guys continue flying, and as the moon begins to rise to its sort of crest in the sky with the sort of line of metal still holding it by this mechanism, but you can just feel the cold intensifying and this sort of energy in the air. Who wants to make a roll for the next hour of flight?
I will just say as a side note, Mitnir and Cleary.
Oh, we've got Nikita.
Oh, okay.
Mitnir
Hang on,
and
I'm
Cleary
dropping.
would have to be hopping on Grim after the first hour.
Hopping on Grim after the first hour.
Yeah, polymorph only lasts an hour.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah,
That's
so
easy to do, though.
you guys would have had to land, but you could easily do that while avoiding the.
mid-air transition. Easy.
Yeah.
I'll just like get under them at the right time.
As long as there are people who still
Just
have
fall
feather
on
fall.
me.
No, just get Grim goes underneath. I go on top. As soon as I transform, Clear and I just go.
Perfect. Or we just do that, like like falling through the air, and I have to like dive down and catch them.
You guys could try to do a mid-air transfer. Would you like to do that?
No, we're good.
Why not? It'd be fun.
What's the worst that would happen?
The worst that would happen would be Grim takes damage from you falling on him enough to make him not a bird, and then we all fall to our deaths.
No, there's
So-
snow. It'll cushion our fall.
Possible. unless
No,
they
worst
fall
case
from,
scenario.
like-
Worst case scenario, you guys fall on top of each other. Everybody falls. You land on rocks and then slide into the water.
And in the
Not
process,
do
you
that.
fall on a group of small children who are
Yeah, you fall in an orphanage.
an orphanage of kittens.
While a wedding ceremony is happening there.
Between penguins.
Oh, are they gay though?
They're gay penguin.
They're
It's a
gay
gay
penguin.
penguin.
It's a gay penguin wedding. That's what it is. Yeah.
And you fall straight through the orphanage, crash the gay penguin wedding. That's the worst that can happen.
Glad we didn't try and mid
drink.
transfer.
What was that, dude? What did you say?
We're crashing a wedding, free food and drinks.
I mean, there's like, as long as there's an open bar, I'm good with that.
Yeah, I mean, we're good.
Just a bunch of crushed orphans and
Everybody want to eat
penguins.
some penguin? Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, D&D.
Yeah, let's play
What
D&D.
D&D? What are you talking about?
As you guys are flying, what are you, like 12.5 miles at this point, or some nonsense like that?
Nonsense.
As you guys are
13.5.
13.5 miles.
Yeah.
We're just gonna do it like that.
You said 18
13.5
before.
miles out. Would you guys like to just keep flying? Obviously, Cleary's like, I can re-up polymorph if that's what you want to do. Otherwise, we could fly in a slower, well, not a slower group, because you guys are already moving at half speed, and that won't get worse. We could move in a more compact group if you think you can carry two, Bropsy and.
Let's do that. They've done it before.
Well,
Okay.
me and Seti are on Bropsy right now.
Yeah, and
Oh,
then
okay.
at some point I picked up the other two, right?
Well, I was gonna say we'd probably have to switch one of.
Yeah.
Well.
So Cleary's going to be on Grim's back, and he's probably going to be carrying Mitnir, because that makes more sense to me.
Yes, we've done that before, I think.
Yep. All right. So as you guys switch this configuration, who would like to roll the D10 for the next leg of the journey?
Grim, do you want the next one or Bropsy?
I thought you were. Oh, Bropsy hasn't gotten to do one, yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say, you're under
I'm not
Beelan,
a
so.
lucky person. I don't think that is wise.
And I
Well,
think-
so long as you don't roll a
Luck
3
has
and
nothing
get
to
more
do with it.
giants.
All right. Who rolled? Anybody roll? Anybody? Do you want me to roll? I'll roll.
I have, if Bropsy doesn't want it, have Mood do it. He's next.
I'll roll. What is it, D10?
Yep,
just a
D10.
Let's fuck
And
shit
there-
up. Woo!
There are plenty that will be rerolled.
Hachi.
8.
I think that's enough
Okay.
for me, one.
As you guys are traveling above, seems to be a more flat. It's almost like a snow desert, just flat for a huge distance. All you can see are the dunes of snow that sort of rise and shift. And you can see within this sort of thicket of now falling snow as you guys are in the sky. You can barely make out with the insane wisdom checks or perception checks of a couple of your members, just passively. Make out a small group of 4 shadows moving very slowly and trudging through the snow. They are leaving drag trails behind them. They are trudging through. They're not walking on top of or dancing through. They're moving very slowly.
So this is a party of 4 people who are in very dire straits. We could just watch and wait for them to collapse and then take their tokens.
Are they going the same direction as us?
They appear to be heading directly towards the center.
Oh,
You
they're
guys are kind of flying with the thing, and they're heading towards, like, they're probably about maybe a quarter mile away from the wall, and they're headed
they're
in that
heading in.
direction. They're heading, yeah, they look like they're heading straight in.
all right. So maybe it's a ruse to lure people to attack them, but they look like they're maybe just making a last stand. Like, all right,
They look
we're
heavily bundled. That much you can tell.
Maybe they have enough tokens to go further in.
I could try to. I want to try to maybe. Oh, I don't have that anymore. Damn it. Never mind. I was going to send a message to them, but I changed it out for Mage Hand, which I hardly ever use.
Mage hand pick their pockets.
You guys probably have a few minutes that you're flying over them that you notice them to make the decision. While you're flying through the area, you have plenty of time to change your mind and swoop down without it really cutting into your flight time. If that's something you guys want to do, it'll cut into your flight time if you actually land, but you have plenty of time to make that decision.
Yeah. Do we want to try to accost them and maybe see if they need help or what they're doing and try to be friendly about it? Or do we want to ignore them and say it's not our problem? And hope we can
Well,
get more tokens somewhere else?
I'm not really sure about the rest of you, but I'm very cold, and I would love to keep moving. But
Here's the
it's
main
up to
thing.
you.
If we land, we're done flying for the night.
It's just
We have no more wild shapes.
Grim will just shake his little bird head like, "Ah."
All right. You guys want to get to the lights more than anything else tonight.
We need to get somewhere where we can rest.
I don't know if we can rest at the lights.
I'm not saying it's at the lights.
Just
I'm
need to
saying
rest in a.
we need to get
Well-
somewhere we can rest.
To be fair, we don't have more wild shapes, but we have polymorph still.
Yeah, I've got a couple. It's not as good. It doesn't last
But we
as long.
can't exactly spam 4th level spells though.
Well, if it's the last thing we're
Well, I
doing
have 2
before we
4th
go to
level
sleep.
and 2 5th level slots open. So I could cast it 4 times.
Just is our priority maybe seeing if we can get some tokens off of these people, regardless of how that has to happen, which I do not feel great about because killing people is bad. But, or we can try to get to the lights.
Well,
May also have other supplies in those sleds.
It's so hard to hear you all. Can you speak up?
He's sitting right next to somebody who can be translating
No,
for
I'm
him.
I'm hanging underneath, so like it's
Oh,
still a little
okay.
bit
He's
of
on
a
top.
distance.
He's
Fair-
on top, taking the full blast of snow and
Fair
wind,
enough.
and can't even see what you guys are talking about down below or hear you.
All right, well, let's just keep going then. It seems like nobody is super gung-ho about this attack.
As you guys keep flying and leave those shadows as they get swallowed by the snow, and as the distance increases between you and them, you continue flying and make another 4.5 miles. I believe you guys still have 3 hours worth of polymorph flight, correct?
I think they're 5 hours long.
Yes, we.
Yeah. So as you, I assume, continue, go ahead and roll me another d10.
I think it's my turn now, huh?
Go for it.
Oh, Bennett's just talking up a storm. What you talking
Hi,
about, Bennett?
Bennett.
Another 3. Oh, good, because it's Grim rolling again. He rolls another 3.
Roll again. We're not keeping the same. We're not keeping the same rolls. I want new things every time. I guess I could actually switch it up. Let's do this. Roll a d4 because there's only 4 you guys haven't done.
Oh, okay. We do that. I was gonna say like, the last thing I want now is to see those giants again.
Mm-hmm.
This is just another set of giants.
2.
2. Likewise, in a similar effect, as you guys continue flying, again, you're hugging pretty close to the wall. You can see that there's another group of shadows. This one is about 7 people long, and they seem to be have some sort of wagon or vehicle. And as you begin to approach them, you realize they are not moving.
Are they camped?
That's hard to tell from this distance. You're hundreds of feet in the air.
We'll make a perception check.
We could get a little
With
bit
my
lower.
Eagle eyes.
Okay, you can make an active perception check. Go ahead and do that.
I rolled a 3 both times.
Okay, yeah. Again, it's hard to make out from the site
Can I-
exactly what's going on there.
Can I just tell, I forget, I think I'm on Dropsy, just have swoop in a little bit lower and then see if I can tell what they're doing?
Yeah, if you guys want to swoop in closer.
I will.
As you guys get close enough with your 26 passive perception, you get close enough to realize that these people have in fact frozen to death.
Oh,
There seems
That's
to
easy
be
peasy.
a small, almost like palanquin, where they haven't been carrying a person, but just their goods. Seems to be carried between 2 of them. It wasn't a wagon; it was just a large block carried with 2 bulky-looking members. But you see that these individuals have frozen solid while standing up.
yikes.
How
It's worth checking
far
out.
are we from the lights?
From the lights, as long as you guys don't spend too much time messing around here, about 5 miles, 4.5 miles. Like, you
Okay.
guys will make it in the next hour of flight.
Okay, yeah.
Do we want to walk the rest and investigate this?
Well, we don't even have to walk the rest, I don't think, but yes, we definitely want to investigate
Us
this.
landing doesn't mean we lose polymorph.
Right,
Yeah,
but if we want to take
okay.
like their
They can
sled,
stay birds.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can say birds while you guys take all the stuff.
but
Mhm.
if we can't fit it all elsewhere, if we want like the sled, I
Then,
don't know.
then yeah, we could, yeah.
We
Mm.
have 2 bags of holding, whatever they got
Well-
in the bag.
Let's find out, and then we'll go from there. But I do want to get Roxy to do like a little pass around to make sure nobody else or nothing else is closing in.
Mm-hmm.
No monsters in the area.
I will do.
Okay. Make me a perception check, Propsy.
Oh well, I'm
Oh, is she not staying on me?
I'm looking too. I'm
Oh,
staying,
you're making
yeah.
you guys are okay. Then make me a perception check.
I'm flying a circle. She's being the eyes.
Taxi eyes.
Mm-hmm.
That is a 27.
Well, if you're 27, below you and around you, you don't really see much. This blizzard seems to, especially in the middle of the night like this, you guys are close to midnight. You think that you must be upon it now, or like in the next hour, it'll be midnight. And as you are all moving and looking, you do see that there's a shadow that has, once again, above you.
The same one we saw
Shadowed.
before.
Yes, it does appear to be up there again. It doesn't, again, seem to be, but
like
necessarily
us.
diving at you or anything, but it
Yeah.
is flying in your airspace well above you.
All right. So I will keep an eye on that. I will point it out to everybody else. Hey, we have that shadow back above us again. Everybody keep an eye out.
Looks up at the night sky.
Be prepared
It's dark.
for whatever that is. But in the meantime, let's try to find what we can offer these poor people. So we'll land and...
Investigation checks. I will say that you guys can make 2 separate investigation checks with advantage if you have enough people that are looking.
I think we're all looking.
Okay, so
Well,
if you're all
no,
looking,
the birds aren't looking.
yeah.
Technically, the birds could
I
look.
can look. I just
We
can't
might not be
do
terribly
anything
good
but
at it.
peck at them.
Well, if you
Yeah.
guys are flying around scouting, then the
Birds
people
are
that are
not
left
looking.
would be the ones looking.
I rolled a 7. Okay. So
Cleary
that-
will roll. That's a natural 1 from Cleary.
God. Are we all
Do
just
we all get
rolling
a
or
roll
get-
if
just-
we're looking?
I thought you were staying on the
4 of
bird,
you are,
looking,
right?
looking out for things in the distance. You can't be investigating and keeping an eye
Well,
out.
no, she was doing like a pass to see
I
if there's
did that
anything in the
first,
area,
and then I said we
then
land.
Oh, okay. I missed that part. All right. Yeah. So you land. Sure. Go ahead.
I got an 8. Midnight, it's all on you.
Oh my god.
I got an 18.
Oh, thank God.
Oh boy. I got a 14 with a +0, so that's not horrible.
They got us covered.
All right.
I was gonna give someone advantage with the plus. I was gonna be like, I just help. It's like, oh, well,
Yeah.
okay.
You guys found a total of 4 tokens on these individuals.
4, that's
and
it?
Yep. and
Between
there's
7
of them.
people? Woof.
Yep. It appears that as you begin making your way through their possessions, only one of them even has any, and it's the person at the front. And they seem to have maybe made it like 10 feet long, further than everybody else.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Anything else of note, or is it all just like
Most of their
Frozen,
weapons have been
refrigerated.
frozen to their sides, and also like succumb to the elements. But whereas you could probably break their hands or their fabric of their clothing to get anything they might be carrying out, it would take some time. So if you guys want to sacrifice some time, then you could try to retrieve more things that they have, and I would have you make another investigation check, but it's going to cost you 30 minutes. It's going to be half your flight time.
Is the stuff on the sled like intact, just frozen like to the sled?
So it's kind of it's sled-ish, but it doesn't have anything that would allow it to move well across the snow.
Right. It's just like
You can see they're kind of carrying above it. Yeah, exactly. Looking through that, most of that is bundled down tight and fairly well frozen. You could try to get it out if you want to spend some time digging through it. Again, that will also take you. That's part of the 30-minute that it would take you, I would say, to get through all that, because it's been hit with rain and snow, and
So-
it's basically created a sheet of ice over the whole thing.
Mhm.
But I can use prestidigitation to warm up like 1 cubic foot of non-living material.
Mm-hmm.
So like if somebody's holding like a pouch on their belt or something, like I could use prestidigitation to warm that up and thaw it enough to like probably grab it.
You can certainly try.
Yeah, so I think we have enough time left on the polymorphs that we can sacrifice 30 minutes to make sure we get what we can out of this.
Mm-hmm.
I say just let Cleary firebolt them and see what happens.
Well, we don't want to destroy everything.
That's still a bird, so that comes out as
But yeah, I can prestidigitate stuff warmer.
Okay, so you guys gonna do that?
I guess so. Yeah.
I mean, if that's the sure.
All right, so you guys spend the 30 minutes. We're just gonna cut your travel time in half to, what is it, 2.25? So just gonna be half distance on that one. So we'll do 3 miles. This guy's got about 6 miles left. And as you spend some time, I need investigation check. 2 investigation checks from 2 people who want to make it with advantage.
I would like to make it with advantage. I have a +6.
I'll help Seti. There you go. Get my rolls going.
That's a 23.
Cleary, you can help me then.
Alrighty, he will.
Kaden is being so needy right now.
Okay. As you guys spend some time investigating and you begin trying to thaw out this whatever it is that they're carrying, you begin to pull off the ropes that are holding it down, and the what looks to be skins, leathers, furs that are covering it. And as you pull it open, you find what appears to be a frozen individual that is huddled within the warmth that appeared to have been injured. And in there, you see that there are 12 tokens that they're not touching at all, that are separated from them, but they're huddled around the 12 tokens.
Well, that seems silly.
I'm really sorry this happened to you. Hopefully, as I take the 12 tokens, we can keep it from happening to anybody else.
And with you, Orin, go ahead and roll me a D100. I'm just gonna get my sheet up real quick.
Are the interior hides of that one in good condition? Are they just rigid? Just we kind of peeled them back.
You think with a little bit of work and Seti's prestidigitation, you could probably get some of the furs in workable condition to provide enough warmth for one person.
I rolled a 38.
38.
Can we take a finger from each person?
38.
Fair enough.
Robsy feels bad, and now that she can reincarnate people, she wants to reincarnate everyone.
As you are digging through the fabrics and trying to pull this person out, you do notice that one of the fabrics is not frozen. It is still completely mobile, even amongst all the other frozen fabric.
I'm just gonna pull it out and throw it over Seti's head.
I can't see! It got dark!
Yeah, whatever it is, it doesn't seem to have been affected by the frost and cold.
Is it warm?
It just feels like fabric. It's relatively fancy looking. There's embroidery around the edges of it, but it looks to be like a cloak.
Oh, this is nice actually.
It was what was primarily wrapped around the person that was in there.
More layers.
Nothing wrong with layers.
It does not provide a warmth bonus. If you already have a warmth bonus. If you don't already have a warmth bonus, you can use it to provide one warmth.
I think
anyways.
You do.
Yeah.
I think everybody does.
Yeah, okay. I'll just shove it in the bag.
Oh, except for Cleary. Cleary does not have
Oh,
a
Cleary! Cleary, this is a nice cloak for you. Here, you
Grim
look
also
cold.
Doesn't have a warmth modifier.
Cleary has
Yes,
it
I
now.
do.
What was yours?
You said because of
yeah.
fur and
It's your
dirt.
own fur.
and-
That's right. I put it
Oh
on
my-
there. I put it on there.
He's
It's
self-insulated.
just covered in
So
crud.
Cleary doesn't have it. You're gonna give it to Cleary? He doesn't actually need it. I think he's got a cloak he's already wearing. So
All right.
can
Well,
make
he
two
can't.
cloaks.
I don't know. if That would be comfortable.
In this
You guys
weather?
could just hold on to it.
if it would make him warmer, he can have it. If not, I'll put it in the bag.
Put it in the bag.
All right.
Okay. So, you guys are gonna need 1.5 times of flying to go. And as you begin this next section, I need you guys to roll me. Somebody roll me a d4.
4.
4. Yeah. As you guys take off and begin flying again, something shifts. You see that the shadow above you disappears. Steady.
Alright.
It begins diving,
Towards us?
but not
Yeah.
towards you.
Okay.
It dives down, and as the shape gets bigger and bigger, you see as it swoops down and it goes towards the edge, probably about a mile away from you. But you see it like go down towards the edge of the shelf and just disappear.
Does it look like it's going in the direction of that last party we passed? Behind
Hard
us?
to tell. Could have been. Yeah, they could be looking for maybe where they might have seen you or something. It's hard to tell if that's what their motive was, but they seem to be going near general vicinity of where you guys were before.
So as it came more within sight range at night, did it just look like massive to my
This is a rock.
not good perception? Yeah, I know, but I mean, like, if I
This
were
is
to
a
like imagine,
giant eagle.
right, but that's what I'm saying is like for me, my perspective, how many of our giant eagles across was it? You know, if I was guessing.
Probably about 4 wingspans of your giant eagles would be about its giant eagle wingspan. Does that sound right?
I'm trying to get Mitnir's idea of how big.
What's
this
the
thing
wingspan on a giant eagle?
It's almost the size of like a dragon, like an adult dragon.
A giant eagle?
No, the rock.
No, a rock.
A rock, yeah. A rock. I think the rocks
Okay.
are pretty big. They can
They're
pick up
huge.
whales and eat them.
Yeah, they're massive.
So
Hundreds of feet.
Do you think it has tokens as we're still flying?
Probably a lot.
Let's maybe not pick a fight with that.
So yeah,
Belly full
that's
of
sort of
tokens
like
and then-
you guys can see it
never
on the
picked
side
a
of the mountain, kind of, and it kind of disappears into it. Not mountain, shelf, little glaciers.
All right.
But as you guys you feel this charge sort of reach an intensity you guys haven't felt before, and then suddenly you feel a pulse. I need all of you to add 1 CT.
Oh shit. I think I closed my window that showed how much I had.
And as that happens, you guys see, or you don't see it as much as you feel it first. You feel like sort of like almost electricity in the air. And then suddenly you notice that you can't see the moon anymore or the stars. You can't even see the statue as a storm cloud very quickly begins to form, almost making a sort of twister effect. You see small bits of light appearing before you, almost like a reverse tornado crescendoing into the sky, like a funnel that is reaching upwards instead of down. And as it begins pulling up, you see the small bit of light in the center of it. And then suddenly, you feel and hear at the same time a crash as something slams into the ice. You begin looking around and you see what looks like icy meteors raining from the sky.
Oh my god.
I'm going to need everybody to make me dexterity saving throws, please.
Oh boy.
Great.
We're all fucking dead.
As a quick side note, I assume we would have distributed those tokens before.
I was gonna say,
off
can we
the-
actually?
Yes, I have. Well, not the. I haven't had you guys do those. Who would you have given those to? You guys got.
Well,
We got 16.
You got
Is it
16
4
new
plus
tokens.
1? Yeah.
we have 16, and then Mitnir and Grim both have 8, and then everybody else has 6. So I thought maybe we
Yes.
could bring everybody up to 8, and then distribute the rest. More
Well,
equitably.
That would be half of it to get you all to 8.
If everyone gets 2, there's 4 left after that.
Yeah.
So then
Eraser.
the other 4 of us could get 3.
What
Okay.
dex roll
That
are
would
we
be
gonna
10
do?
and 9 for
Yeah,
everybody.
they would be at 10 and we would all be at 9, basically.
Cool.
Yep, I have everybody at 10, except for Seti. Or I've got 2 people at 10, Grim and Mitnir, and everybody else is at 9. There we go. That's an easier way to say it.
Okay.
Well, I'll be at 9 warmth, but or 10 warmth, but 9 tokens.
Correct. I'm talking about the tokens that you have.
Okay, so who's at 10 tokens? Mitnir and Grim. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then you take your warmth modifier and your strife tokens, and then you compare that to your cold threat.
So if I have 9 tokens and 1 warmth, that's 10. And then minus 3 for the cold threat.
Yes, that's what I have you at.
Okay.
All right.
How'd you get -3?
From crawling around inside that stupid
Oh, right.
dinosaur.
I remember now. Yep.
Yeah.
I was like, I've done the most like stupid. I was like, wait, no, you
No.
Crawling around inside a plesiosaur was what got it.
I thought there might be something cool inside other than opos.
All right. So
Other
did
than
everyone
cold?
make dexterity saving throw? I don't have. I have a.
I got a 27.
27. That is a success.
I got a 21.
Jeez.
29.
9.
13, and that's with
13.
advantage.
That's the first failure. Mark that you've got a failure.
Oh.
It's an 18 because I'm a third.
It's an 18.
Yeah.
That just succeeds. The DC was a. Yeah. So you just succeed. So. I think Mitnir was the only one who failed. Oh, and Clear needs to roll. That is also a failure.
We blame Grim.
So Grim, as you're flying, this thing hurls towards you, and you're able to just sort of quickly flap out of the way. But as you do, you sort of lose Mitnir. Mitnir kind of flings out, and you watch as he gets clobbered by the thing you're about to dodge because your legs are trailing him slightly behind. So you take 13 points of damage, of bludgeoning damage.
Mitnir?
Mitnir.
Mhm.
And the rest of you all take 6 from just small bits of this that are hitting you. But this is because this is like a massive hailstorm and you guys are in the air, you can't avoid it completely. But all the big chunks, you get 13 points of damage to you and then 13 points of damage to Cleary. But because you were not the bird, you do not get knocked out of the sky. What would you guys like to do now that the initial shock of this has happened?
So would I take no damage because of evasion?
That is correct.
Beautiful.
Where would you
How
evade? That's the
big is
question.
this storm, and is there anywhere that we can see
it
that we can
appears to-
take shelter?
It appears to be the entire. Make a perception check.
Somebody roll for me.
Is Mitnir like falling now, or?
No, Mitnir's fine.
No, it's
because
more
he
like
was being held back.
bird dodges, banks away, and then I get smacked by the one he gets out of the way of.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. So what's happening? Perhaps he needs to do what?
Perception.
As the bird?
I'm also going to do a perception to see if I can see any like
I mean,
overhangs.
I think
or
anybody
anything.
can try to,
Look for
See if
shelter.
there's
that.
anything.
Yeah.
28 for me.
28.
Yes.
Perception check? Yeah. You see that there is a section of rock and ice that is on the edge of the shelf. And there appears to be like a small cave.
Yes, I would like to be like quack, 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 to Brapsy.
Perhaps he
Mhm.
got a 22 perception.
Let her know. Well, she probably sees it too then.
We go for the caves.
As you guys quickly fly in, I'm going to need you guys to make me another check as you travel through this storm. But I'll only have you do one because that was a great perception check. You find it pretty quick.
Hmm.
So everyone makes another roll.
Dex
Mm.
save.
Yes, I got an 18 that time.
19.
Another 27 for me.
Success.
Oh my god.
I get a +9 on
Natural
my dex.
19 for Cleary.
24 for me.
Well, you can't be good at everything.
Yes. So as you guys very deftly begin like swooping back and forth, and you're able to avoid most of the damage of this. Wow, good thing too. So 14.
Just imagine
so 7
you're
points
doing, like-
of bludgeoning
Like
damage.
raises.
As you guys are moving through this, you all take 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Perhaps
And then
bird got a 10.
Robsey's bird got a 10.
Whoop.
That's 14 points of bludgeoning damage to Robsey's bird.
Okay.
All right, she's still up.
Still a bird.
All right, Constitution saving throw, because the bird got hit by a full.
Is wild shape concentration?
No, it's not.
No,
Oh, this is something else then.
no.
Oh, yeah.
This is getting hit by a massive.
Gotcha.
Oh, they're staying in the air.
It's trying to stay in the air.
So it's con save for the birdie.
Yeah. I thought everybody was fine, and then I heard the bird. It's like, oh no, that's the worst thing.
I know, like you shouldn't have said anything.
Do I have any
I
feather
thought you guys just like avoided this.
Shouldn't have had me roll.
Deadly situation.
I had to feed the cats. Wait, did you not? What?
That one on the con save.
Can we just
Oh my
not have
fucking
Oren
God.
roll for
No,
Roxy
Roxy.
anymore?
I'm gonna come back.
As you do this, you find as you guys are flying, you see Bropsy just gets boom caught, and both of you, Seti and Oren, that are on her, all of you plummet from the sky.
I can upcast Featherfall, right? Like it's, even though it doesn't say explicitly on D&D Beyond, like you can always use a higher level slot to cast a lower level spell, correct?
If it's
Thought you could.
yeah, if
Yeah.
it says that it can be cast at
Some
higher
of them
levels,
will have
bonuses
like,
for casting
bonus
at higher
effects.
level.
Right,
Other-
but just
yeah.
because it doesn't have a bonus doesn't mean I can't do it.
Yes, you can always cast it at a higher
Okay,
level.
so I will use a second
Featherfall has a
level.
bonus.
That should be additional people targets,
Yeah,
right?
you get more people, higher spell level.
It doesn't say anything about that.
Really, it should.
Yeah, so but I'll use the second level slot to cast it again. Yeah.
Okay.
Featherfall is
So
down.
as you guys are being caught underneath this thing and begin plummeting downwards, she casts Featherfall. You guys begin swooping down. The other ones, you make it in.
Roxy's still a bird, though, right?
She is still a bird if she has the HP. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That only
she's
did,
still a
like,
bird.
half
Yeah, she's still a bird. Yeah, so she's falling to this guy and then begins slowing, and is able to shrug off this boulder, and then begin flying again. I guess would be easy enough if you're moving with featherfall speeds. Yeah. So make me a dexterity, or I guess it would be acrobatics check as the bird, to get back into flying position before you hit the ground, or if you have to land and then start going again.
Am I rolling that?
Yes, please.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Cats are crying 'cause I didn't feed them yet.
That's only a 6.
That's a 6. So she actually has to go all the way to the ground, and as you guys make contact with the ground, she rewrites herself, and you guys can see these things crashing and creating craters against the ground. Where you had seen that ice before, where it looked like it had craters in it, you could tell this was the cause. And as they do, you watch as they slam against the ground, creating these huge divots, and then they break into hundreds of tiny little beads.
Ooh, it's frozen aqua.
This is an
What is
aqua
it?
storm.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right.
Well, we're floating to the ground, I assume.
Are we
I think
are
you
we
said, right?
close enough to, like, can we run to the cave for shelter? Like, or
You guys will have to take another trip in if you want to do that. Otherwise, the rest of you guys just flew in, right, Graham? You flew to
Yeah,
the
we're
cave.
just at the cave.
Okay,
Like,
so you guys
okay,
are out.
see you guys in a
You guys
bit.
will have to. She can keep going and pick you guys back up and keep going. And you're just gonna have to make another dex check.
okay.
Yeah, just here looking out of the cave, like,
Dex saving throw, sorry.
Yeah, we're gonna keep moving forward.
She begins
Towards
flying
it.
like low against the ground. You begin like shifting back and forth as
Good.
these aquam balls just land into the ice.
21 for me.
21 for you. How's the bird?
15 for Orin.
15 for Orin, which you're gonna take a full hit.
Not
that
sorry,
bad.
looking up the bird. What is it again? Dex save, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's just a +3.
Oh. 22 for the bird.
Okay, so you're able to swoop through.
Thank God.
You each take 5 points of bludgeoning, except for you, Orin. You take 11 points of bludgeoning damage as one hits you in the head. Probably the top of the cave as you're flying in. She flies so fast into this cave entrance that you just slam your head against the top of it and get
Only
in.
take
Bonk.
5 because of evasion.
Because of evasion, you're able to pull back slightly and take some of the blunt force trauma off of it. As you slide into this cave, you guys are huffing and puffing. I assume you drop your eagle forms, or you want to try to hold them off, and because would be the last. You have 1 more hour if you want to try to hold it until the storm's over.
I mean, if I'm in the
There's
cave,
no reason not to if we don't know how long
yeah,
it's
just in case.
gonna go.
This might be a good place to rest for the
Yeah.
night. though.
Well, as soon as I'm in the cave, I want to start checking the cave to make sure it's not inhabited or, got bad things in it. I want to start scouting the cave, and then we'll decide if we're going to rest here.
Also, I don't know about you guys, but I want to collect some of that aquam at some point.
Maybe wait until
I do
after the
think you
storm's
would wait,
over.
yeah, and then go.
Looking
Yeah,
outside,
it's okay.
this
I'm
storm
fine.
this storm just started, and you guys very quickly found safety, but there's just
Mhm.
outside, and you can see it just raining down. You see most of it's just ending up in the water, or most of the aquam is just pouring off of the topography of the barren flows and just ending up in the water, or they're just taking out whole sections of ice, cracking them in half. The topography of the barren flows is changing dramatically. But you, sitting in the side of this wall,
Something's happening.
Man,
all
he's
of you,
thinking really hard.
all of you, reduce your maximum hit points by, as you feel cold seeping into you. You are technically within the second circle, having made your way
Oh.
in the cold threat there is much higher.
Well,
So Seti,
shit.
you are going to take 3 points of reduced maximum HP as you begin to freeze. Mitnir, you're going to take 1. No, yeah, 1. And then Graham, you're going to take 1. Props, you're going to take 2. Orn, you're going to take 2. And Cleary is going to take 1. 1. Okay.
So it's a 10. It sounds like.
That was
Mhm.
reducing our max HP by that number. you said?
Reducing your maximum HP, and you take that much damage if you're not at max.
So,
Here's a question. Since we're still birds, does that
You are-
hurt?
It
Does it
would be
decrease
it
the
would be
birds' max?
no, it'd be your maximum hit points. The bird would take the damage, but your essence, it's a curse. It's not normal cold, so it's applying to you.
Well, I was gonna say it would
Um,
probably make sense for the bird to hit it, but as soon as you weren't a bird, it would also hit you.
Yeah.
So if you're wondering how to do that, you just click on your HP thing, and in the max HP modifier, type negative, and then whatever the number was. 1, 2, or 3.
That's kind of cool. I don't have to keep track of it somewhere else.
Yeah. What was Bropsy's? Negative what?
It was 2.
sorry,
Oh,
I
yeah.
zoned out for a work thing, but you can track your max HP changes in D&D Beyond. Everyone
Yes.
know how to do that?
Yep, did it.
I did it.
I did yours, Bropsy, so we might have doubled up on
Oh,
that. Might have to just refresh the page.
yeah. That looks good.
All right, that is all set. So as you guys are settled into this location, what would you guys like to do? You're checking the cave itself. Go ahead and
Right.
make me a perception check.
Yes. That is a 22.
22. With the 22, you don't sense anything is like, if there's anything in here, you're not aware of its presence, but you are aware that things do live in here in general. There is a sort of mustiness, like a sort of smell that sort of smells like a creature of some kind has been maybe defecating somewhere in this location. There's definitely some sort of nest within this place. It smells of critter amongst the cold.
All right. So I don't think there's anything here now, though.
Currently, it doesn't appear that anything is here at the moment.
But
Claire, you can do that dome thing, right?
I can also do it.
I rolled a 20 nature check to see what kind of things live there. Gonna peck around and examine it.
You're gonna peck around and do what?
And rolled a 20 nature check to try and see if I can figure out what lives there.
Poking around, trying to get an idea of it. Your guess would be those creatures that were climbing up the side of that wall, maybe? Seem to have created maybe nests here.
This is a Yeti nest?
This is a Yeti nest.
Oh boy.
It reminds me. It's the beginning of what do you call it? Fairland Stew.
Can we?
That's they're coming out of the wall snappers.
Like, yeah, you can see like little piles of like little nested bits of like.
Is this cave
taken
big enough
photos
that
there.
we can find maybe a cranny somewhere where we would kind of be out of the way or partially hidden behind something?
You can certainly try.
I would like to try.
It's not an incredibly huge cave.
Yeah.
It looks like there's a cavern. Like if you were to make your way in a little further, it opens up into more of a cavern. But at the entrance, there's not a whole lot of places to hide. You could go further in, but remember you are heading into an area where you are not resistant to the cold.
Yeah, no, we definitely want to be closer to the exit.
So you cannot receive the benefits of a full rest while you are under cold threat.
What if we're in the place? What's that place? What if we rest in that? What's that place you guys have? The little like dimensional resty place?
The tiny hut.
The tiny hut, it will not prevent curses. So
Okay, I didn't know if it was okay.
So creatures and objects are barred from passing through the tiny hut.
yes.
Can I
Oh,
just
that's magic.
cast it like outside the cave? And it would protect us from the
Sure.
storm?
In theory, yeah.
I mean,
Just
it's
right at the front.
yeah, like right at the very front. Is it meta information that this area is more cold? Like, do I feel
You feel way colder.
the shift?
The second you guys made your way into the cave, and you see, you're like, oh, thank God. And the next thing you felt was just cold, just
Okay.
piercing into your body.
Does that get less awful if I step just outside the cave?
Well, it's up to you. Would you like to step outside the cave?
Just
Well,
barely.
Remember, the cave is a cliff face.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is like a cave
So
that's
if
like
you
sort of in the
step out-
side.
I'm still a bird. I can
Oh,
take her out. If
we're
you
not
want
on
me to
we're not near the
We're
ground.
not on the
on
ground.
the
We're,
ground.
Okay,
we're on
sorry.
the side of it.
Sorry. Okay, sure. Never mind then. I will cast this dome as close to the mouth as I can. And that is just what we're stuck with for the night.
Are you gonna do like on this like? Okay.
It's like putting a cork in it.
If you cast it and it's at the mouth and it's still at the second level, we won't get the benefits of a long rest.
Correct.
So it
there's
doesn't
no
matter.
point.
We have to leave the cave to do anything.
To rest, yes.
If you want a long rest.
We can still just wait out the storm and then see if we can rest elsewhere
Yeah, we have to.
or test if this hut will protect us from the storm.
Or if anyone is already like almost full health, we distribute their tokens to everyone else so they can get the benefits of a long rest.
I mean, do we think the storm is going to take 8 hours to pass? Or...
All right. So you were poking your head out of the cave.
Well, yeah,
As you
I'll
poke
take a
your
look
head out
around.
of the cave, you can see that there's just these big boulders of aquamarine slowly starting to slow down. You can still see some just crashing in the distance. It's a wild sight. Just looking at this, what looks like huge pieces of hail just colliding.
How long
with
did the
ground.
aqua storm last in the other cauldron?
It was just like tears, basically, and it
Yeah.
only lasted like 10 minutes.
Okay.
And as you guys watch this, you can see that it's beginning to slow down.
All right.
Just with the time that you spent talking and looking around the cave. It's already started to slow down to the
And
point where it's almost
shivering.
done.
Yeah, just all huddled up together.
You can see like aquam spread everywhere. You can see like this sort of layer of mist across the entire barren flows. Like it just seems to have like this sense that a lot of ice has been kicked up. A lot of ice and snow has been kicked up.
All right. So how far from here to the lights?
Well, you can't see it from here, but
No, but
the last estimation that you guys had was about,
I think it was another hour.
because
Yeah,
you took the
3 or 4
time
miles.
to look. Yeah, so you have about 6 miles left.
So a little over an hour.
But during this, you guys should have been able to get about half again. So you have about a full hour of flight left.
Okay.
While we're still in the cave, Grim's gonna like dig around in the poop and see what he can find.
As a bird.
Yeah, if you
He's
guys
gonna,
flew
like,
straight
claw it.
through the poop and see what you can find.
Yeah, he's gonna dig through the poop, see what he can find in the poop.
Okay, make me an investigation check.
More poop.
Maybe they're pooping tokens.
The 17.
Well, you see bone pieces,
Okay.
bits of bone fragment. Ooh, that's kind of rough. Otherwise, you can't really see much of anything that seems like incredibly interesting in their feces now.
But at least we know they're carnivores. Or at least omnivores. They eat things with bones. Good to know.
Mm-hmm.
Says the bird.
All right. Well,
Why does this not pick up any noise that I make that isn't just talking?
that's what it's designed for.
I need a microphone that lets me make noises, okay? Because that's half of being a DM is just making random fucking noises.
Gotta just adjust your threshold.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, but then it will pick
want
up
you guys to
everything
hear
that happens in the
Everything,
house.
all the time, always. That's all right. We'll worry about it next time.
Okay, so we huddle up, wait for the storm to pass. Grim's
Mhm.
digging through poop. Is this long enough for a short rest?
Sure. If you want to spend an hour.
Well, not if the storm ends before the hour.
The storm was like 10 minutes. You
Okay,
guys could keep
okay,
flying again
okay.
if you wanted to.
Yeah, as soon as the storm's over, I think we mount back up and head back out.
Okay. Well,
I
it
do
looks
believe
like the
Oren's
storm...
gonna want to scoop some up.
If it's possible, yeah.
Okay.
If it's not all in the water.
How much time do you guys have left on your wild shapes?
They should have about an hour and a half left on their wild shapes.
Okay, so we can spend 20 minutes collecting aquarium, if
I'm not
possible.
terribly. I still have 4 slots for polymorph, so
Yeah, but you
if
know,
he really wants.
we don't know what we're gonna find when we get to the lights. It'd be great to still have some spell slots left.
Mhm.
As you guys begin peeking around, looking for aquam, you fly down there.
I would say let's
if you're-
get further away from the caves first.
Okay, the second that you start looking around, you can see that there are yetis immediately picking up pieces of aquam.
Yeah, yeah, we want to get further from their home before we start foraging as well.
They didn't appear to be in the cave. They appear to be like amongst pillars outside of the cave, and they've just been like
Collecting
waiting
stuff.
for the aquam.
Yeah.
They weren't staying in the cave at all
Okay.
during that storm.
Yeah.
But you see that they start going out there and collecting pieces of aquam. So you guys want to? Where would you like to fly out to? Would you like to fly further down and around, or just look for an open space and see what aquam you can get?
I'd just say head towards the light and slowly just descend until we
Just
kind of meet.
make me an investigation check. That's what we'll do. Investigation check. Because honestly, you can't really see much. You can see some craters, but knowing where there'd be a higher concentration of aquam feels like more investigation. So who would like to do that?
I got a 9.
I mean, I feel like I would definitely be looking.
As like pretty much you, because I'm just like, yeah, it's more of that stuff. It's just frozen now.
Ooh, 9.
9.
2 9s.
You find a crater there, and you go down to try to pick it for aquam, but you don't find much. Go ahead and roll me, let's say 3d6.
9.
You find 9 pieces of aquam.
Well, that's disappointing.
Mm-hmm. You spend your time searching around. It's really hard to find these little clear beads that immediately take on the same texture and appearance, more or less, of the ice around them.
Well, nice. Not
Next
nothing.
time, we'll just catch them midair. Easy.
Word. It's a big piece of aquam. Like, imagine how much money one of those little blocks would be worth. If one aquam is, what I have that as? 10 platinum, something like that. 1 platinum. Anyways.
We keep going.
So, you guys keep flying. I need somebody flip a coin. I guess.
Sim's turn.
I'll do a D4, and we'll do odds and evens. I got a 4.
Okay. As you guys begin taking off again, you see lizards that you've seen before. They're moving about.
Ice salamanders?
Yes, the ice salamanders. You see those guys moving across the ice. And they seem to be headed out from the lights. And seem to be moving about almost systematically from the height you guys are moving. And they're probably, as you're approaching, probably only a mile or so away from the actual lights, which you can see from here looks to be embedded in the side of this mountain. There are lights and structures built onto the side of the ledge, or of the shelf.
Well, something used to live there, or lives there.
Yeah. Just keep an eye on the salamanders to ascertain if they're gonna like close in on the thing and be a threat later. Otherwise, just keep going, I guess.
Okay. They seem to not really notice you guys, right? Yeah, they don't notice you guys.
And I'm still
They're not
watching
paying
I'm still watching our backs for that rock.
Okay.
We don't know that it's a rock yet. But...
As you guys continue moving forward, you can see the structure. What appears to be many levels of what used to be pieces of ships, or just hewn into the ice itself. You see a structure into the side of this mountain. On giant chain winches, you see that there are what appears to be boats hanging on the side of the mountain, facing downwards towards the water, covered in what looks like glass domes over their center with no masts. But the ship shape is unmistakable on the sides of each of these. I believe there are 3 hanging on the side. You can see that the building itself is pretty slapdash in the way that it's constructed, but looks big enough to be considered a complex. Like, it's not small. It seems like it could probably hold maybe a couple hundred people in it.
Yeah.
They're looking at the side of the cliff itself. You can see that there is netting that has been laid on the lower half of the cliff face, reaching down onto the side of the glacier. And there are all these small circles that you can just barely make out, sort of attached beneath each and every piece of it.
Like little cubby holes?
They look more like little discs, just that have been implanted on the side of the mountain. Or side of the glacier. But it rises up straight off the cliff face side. And you can see that there are individuals moving about. There are different shelves and walkways between areas. It is, in fact, as close to a town as you think you will ever see in a place like this. And how it exists like this, you do not know. But for whatever reason, it does not appear to be that frozen over. I mean, there's ice and snow accumulated on it, but it's nothing like anything else that you've seen left out in this cursed place.
So before we go in, can we go to break?
Yes, if you guys want to do that. I was going to ask if you wanted to approach, if you were going to land, what you wanted to do before doing that.
I think we're going to approach, but I have to pee really bad.
Okay, well, we'll go ahead and take our break, guys, and we'll be back in just a few minutes.
If I can find the mouse.
Do we still have our
There we go.
negative
Bad guys. I hope you had a good break, because we certainly did. Right?
I peed.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah. That's like the best thing that can happen during a break.
Yeah.
Go to the bathroom. Anyways, so you guys, as you approach, how would you like to approach? How would you like to do this? Again, I don't have a drawing made for this because I would have had to do it myself, and I just didn't have time this past week. But the structure is again on the side of the mountain face.
Well,
It is below the top, but you can see that it more or less reaches it, especially the winches themselves are at the top of the glacier, hanging off.
If playing Fortnite has taught me anything, it's that the high ground is the most important thing. So we should come in from the top. That way, if anybody's hostile below us, we can shotgun them from above.
Can I just say, that's a wild fucking sentence to hear in 2022. Fortnite.
She started
Fortnite
playing.
was building-
It's hot again now that they
I
put
know!
to
As
building
As
away.
did I! It's just wild to hear.
I'm actually good now that people can't outbuild me.
Is that what you guys want to do? You're a group, remember. You are new death, not
High
City makes
ground
decisions and
sounds
everyone
fine.
follows.
What is this shotgun you speak of? I might be able to make one.
We'll have to talk about that later. No time now.
It's like
Probably
a
need-
fireball out of a
Pregnant and
tube.
you have a wedding right afterwards.
It's like it's like what just happened to us from the sky, but like smaller and in your hand,
Right.
and then you can make it happen in someone's face.
I have one of those. Anyways, let's move. I thought it was funny. Okay. So you guys are trying to go from above. Okay, so as you guys begin flying in towards the structure. Yeah. And you reach about, I mean, it's pretty reasonable. You can actually make out people on this. You hear in the distance on the wind a horn blows, and you see more and more people begin filling the sections of this thing.
Like they've spotted us.
Yes.
All right.
Should we wave and seem non-threatening?
Yes.
Well, you're
absolutely.
two birds carrying people flying through the sky in the middle of the night, and you're flying towards the top of their structure. So, I mean, it's hard to tell how you come off,
Probably not great.
especially in the shadowed moonlight where you might actually look like one creature.
Well, we could turn our headlights on.
Yeah. Does anybody understand like Morse code? Can we like blink at them?
Are you guys going to turn on your multicolored lights?
I mean, a monster can't
Extraterrestrials
do
coming
that,
to
right?
land.
Yeah, that's. I would say let's just try to fly in a little bit closer and just be like shouting like, "We're new here. We seek refuge. We don't want to hurt anybody.
Okay.
Is this
as
a
you
friendly
begin-
place?"
As you guys begin flying towards wherever you can do this, you see that there are individuals that already have weapons ready to go. They're pointing arrows drawn at you, and you see that an individual that is on the top shouts out to you and says, "No one enters from the top. You're all crazy. You need to land. Land now. We'll be shot down." You hear calling from outside, from the distance.
Are we above any
Okay.
of the structure? Like, are we
Yeah.
above any part? Like, what would be directly below us at the moment? And like, how far
directly
away?
below you at the moment?
Yeah.
I would say, since you guys they're more or less at the front. This is more front facing. You guys you didn't fly into the second area again, which is where the shelf is actually located,
Hmm.
I assume. So right above you, below you is just ice. Just like ice that looks like frozen water that has met the bottom of these glaciers, split apart, and you can see like there's the cold water moving around.
And
And
how,
maybe some
how
rocks in your face.
far are we? I guess from that.
It's a few hundred feet from the floor or from the ground.
Okay.
Yeah, this is like the wall from Game of Thrones, but like there's a building built on the side of it, which I guess is also it's built in the air as opposed to at the bottom, and there's stuff all across the top. It's like actually built on the side of it, suspended. What would you guys like to do?
I'm just
go.
gonna yell out, land where?
Land below. There is a receiving platform at the bottom. You climb the ropes to come up. Everyone does it. You need to land, okay? There are things out there that will keep eyes for flyers.
All right, we land. Let's go.
We'll look for this platform, I guess.
As you guys land down on and start moving your way down on the ice, you see just how far above you all of this is. And once you reach the bottom, you can see that there's like all these rocks and ice and everything. And then you can see, again, these discs, but they sort of look like almost like rivets that have been put into the side of the mountain beneath the rope netting. You can see that there is a platform. The bottommost platform almost looks like a boat that is just sort of like hanging there. And there's a little slot door. As you guys land down on the ground, it opens up in here. Hey, y'all, what y'all is, y'all new?
Yeah, we're
And you
new.
guys look up, and you see the silhouette of what looks like a sardine head just poking through. the
How'd
opening.
you know who we were?
You can see the side, the eye, just like, but you know, y'all's is coming in here, you know, making all kinds of flying stuff. Y'all gonna get eaten by the big bird. Y'all's crazy.
Well,
Well, there's a lot more things eating us on the ground, so.
Yeah.
All right, well, look. That's all I want to find out.
Is this-
Y'all looking for sanctuary at the ledge?
yes, is this a safe place?
It's a safe place that those that follow the rules. Look, y'all do need to come inside. We'll keep you to the side for now. We're not gonna let you in, and we'll give you the lowdown. That's all fine. We need to make sure that you keep your weapons visible. We're not gonna ask you to like hand them off or nothing, but keep them where you can see them.
Okay.
And we'll check them when you get up here, just to make sure, and we'll check them in. We don't want weapons being carried around on the premises.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
All right. Well, y'all start climbing, all right?
Oh boy.
And then as you guys are doing this, like you can feel gusts of wind, and you're aware that shadow is back, and it is heading in this direction. And you hear shouts coming from up above,
shit.
and you can hear people moving equipment above you. Are you guys climbing the ropes, or what are you doing?
I don't think we want to be on the ropes if that bird is attacking.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Easy for you to say you're good at climbing.
I'm just trying to say what you guys want. I'll figure out what you guys want to do.
Grab
There's-
second, like get on my back.
just piggyback.
All right, so you're a backpack for Mitnir, climbing up the side of the mountain.
Before I start climbing, though, I'm going to just a second. I need my image. Where is? There it is. Does it take a charge to change the devouring armor mech thing, or is it just change?
I believe you can just do it at the dawn. I don't know when it's allowed to change. I haven't looked at the.
Yeah, no,
item.
I'm double checking. I don't transform. It just says transform. Doesn't have any limitation listed. But I'm gonna turn it into just like a
I guess that would be its action. Its action would be to transform.
Okay, I'm just gonna like do that and turn it into like an improvised dagger, so like a shank,
Okay, cool.
and just slip it in between like my scales around my waist, like just
Yeah.
kinda-
Okay. So you take the devouring armor mech, and how do you want to do this? Do you want to like ask it to change, or how you?
No, I just kind of like shakes it like forcing like do what I want you to do.
You can see it's kind of like chomping and growling at you.
I'll leave you outside.
And you watch it take a, and it starts like flexing, and it's like screeching slightly. And you kind of see its blade slowly shrinking in, like it's just. You said. Rolls one of its eyes back in its head. It's like.
Doing it reluctantly.
So that just gets like tucked in around like my
It's like
belt
it's
under
sucking in its
scales.
belly.
Yeah. And I still have like the other sword and that fully visible and everything.
Gotcha. Tuck it in. Sure. Okay. So is everybody climbing? Like, what's up?
I'm
I've heard
climbing.
from like one person. As far as I'm aware, 2 people are still birds. So
I'm not a. I will unbird
bird.
and I will start climbing.
I guess technically Dropsy is still a bird, but
I got bird.
you're.
I was like, can climb better as a bird.
I'm just saying you're
Oh.
still a bird.
Yeah, I got it.
So, yeah. So you begin. As you guys are following instructions and beginning to climb. While this is happening, you guys can sort of hear shouts up above. You see that there's a large shadow, even though it's dark. You can like the light itself from the moon or whatever equivalent of the moon is here has been shut out, and you can hear the sounds of cannons firing and shouting from above, and like sort of a shaking to the side of this thing as the entire complex is currently being attacked by a rock.
Before we start climbing, I'm gonna tie a rope around Bropsy and then around myself, with like 10 feet of slack between us. And anyone else want in on this?
I don't think you want me tied to that if I fall.
No.
Maybe you and Seti should tie together?
Sure.
I mean, yeah,
I have rope.
just like in case Seti falls. she doesn't just
Cleary's
fall.
like, I mean, yes, tie me to the strongest person.
We tie you to Grim.
Tie me to Grim. Grim's never gonna let go. He's got tentacle hands.
Oh, okay.
Just in case one of us gets knocked off the rope or something.
Granted, if Grim gets knocked off, we're going down.
Well, if Grim gets knocked off, you're going down. Grim has backup plan.
Oh,
If Grim
But
gets
I'm
knocked off, Cleary, I'll turn you into a bird.
Clary
You,
just,
you have to.
Clary's
You
just
have
like,
to,
you know what? I'll
you have to
take my
touch him
chances
for
by
that.
myself. Because I get the feeling that if I fall, he'll let me fall. But if he falls, I'll try to help him, and then I'll fall, and he'll save himself. So, I'll
Oh, Grim is evil. Oh.
Well, here, do you want to be tied to Mintnir? I can take my chances with Grim.
No, that's perfectly fine. I'm fine. And so everybody
I think it'd
begins
be worse
climbing
if
up
he
the side
tried
of the
to
thing.
catch me.
It is a long climb, but it is really not that hard. Like, there are gripping holes everywhere. It is just grueling. And with the mountain kind of shaking, you guys like sort of like feel it like pulse a little bit. And as you are climbing, you get about halfway up when you, especially you, Seti, notice something slithering around the base of
Eldritch
the...
Blast.
Huh?
Eldritch Blast.
You seriously reached down Eldritch Blast?
Is it one of the salamanders?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
So she just turns hangs off and just fires an Eldritch Blast, and this is like probably about 100 feet down. So it's just enough where she hits this thing, and as it collides the side of it, it goes.
Because they're coming up
Like,
after
yells
us,
up at
right?
It was just checking out around the base of this thing, and then you shoot it, and it immediately
Now it
starts
is.
climbing up the side of
Well.
the thing.
Well.
And then you hear the guy up top says, "Holy shit! Start climbing fast, guys! I don't know what to tell you. I'm hitting the button in about 5 seconds, so y'all better get up here."
So that was...
How would you guys like to race this thing up? Because once it reaches the top, he will not let it reach there. He's going to hit the button.
I believe I may have something that could help.
Okay. Say I'll give you like twice the time as what happens in real life to tell me what you're doing. Or in game time.
Enhance ability. Trying to see if I could get enough people based on the slot.
I don't know if it's gonna increase their movement speed though.
How?
Grim cast tidal
Would
wave
it
down the
not
wall.
help their climbing though? Because I could give them like bull strength, which gives them
As you're
advantage on
figuring it out,
strength.
Graham casts tidal wave down the side of the wall,
Nice.
and I guess this wash of water begins to form, and then slowly freezes as he's casting it, and creates an actual wall of ice that slides down the side as like a slushy. So yeah, go ahead and roll damage, and it's going to be Yeah, just roll.
Yeah, I didn't even think
No.
about damage. I just thought about him.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
roll
it's a
damage.
DC 17 for the saving throw. 24
Roll
damage.
He rolled a natural 17 so he is fine. I don't
Does
need to check
a
his stats.
does a 17
It's
hit
half.
for
It's
the?
half damage.
Yes, roll your half damage, but he's not going to get pushed back so much as. But this thing is going down the side of the hill, so yeah, all right.
It's like an avalanche, basically.
It's like an
sort of.
avalanche going down the side of the thing. So he's going to attempt to get in it. He's not going to be knocked prone, but he will slide back down the side. So you're going to remove an entire turn of his climbing with that.
There we go.
And then you see the other two pop up on the side, and they also have to roll for the damage.
Uh,
That's a failure for one, and another natural 17 for the other. What's that, Bam?
does the 17 hit for my Eldritch Blast?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You hit him with the Eldritch Blast. I was giving you the Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
He was completely unaware. He was totally fine. I was like automatic hit.
Well, that's
Wasn't
16,
worried about
16 points of force damage.
Yeah, pretty fine. But you can see the other one, the third one that was just coming up on the side, like gets hit by this tidal wave that's frozen in the ice. It gets buried beneath, and it's just like flailing
they're
around its
multiple
6
of these
legs
things?
underneath.
Oh,
Oh, there's
shit.
3 of them down there. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm going
Question,
to.
guys. Are we going to have any need for a rowboat?
Yes. You are not throwing my boat. No throwing Graham's boat.
I'm not talking about your boat.
Oh,
I'm taking that as a no. I'm pulling off the rowboat patch from my
Oh, you
row.
have your own rowboat.
just
Dropping
dropping a rowboat on
Just drop a rowboat
12-foot
on it.
long rowboat down.
So he just tosses the patch out, and it turns. You guys watch. He's just like he's climbing, and he sees you guys dropping stuff. And he just pulls off a patch and drops it. And as it drops, it just looks like a little patch, and then just gets like bigger and bigger as it catches the wind. And then you see a boat fall out of the sky, catch a bunch of air actually, and kind of like flip around and crash on the bottom. Make me. You know what? I'm gonna roll a dexterity check for this guy.
How
That's
far
a failure.
are
Make me. Let's say this is a boat you're dropping on a creature.
It's a 12-foot long rowboat.
12-foot long rowboat. You know what? Let's do a d6 per foot of rowboat. Roll 12d6.
12d6?
Yeah.
Okay. Better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, you're hitting him with a full-on rowboat. He was not expecting that.
I can't see the total. The dice are covered.
47.
47.
There we go.
I don't know if a salamander knows what a rowboat
Yeah,
is.
so as you drop this rowboat 100 feet from the top, and it collides like stern first, like straight into this one that's on the ground. It just like almost impales him, and it lands on and goes, and just pushes it off to the side. And you can see them at the bottom. And these salamanders are a bit confused about what the fuck is happening right now. Kip's like, "Holy shit! You just threw a boat on that thing! Get up here!"
Okay,
How
so
far
my,
are we from that wherever he is?
You guys are about halfway there, so you guys still have.
Another
ways
like
of
100 feet or so?
enhance ability does a number of things, but it doesn't specify climbing.
Well, you can improve
for-
someone's strength, which would improve
Yes.
their.
That's what I would
Or
assume.
their athletics
Am I
checks?
allowed to do that, DM?
It's not going to increase their climbing speed. Is the thing.
Yeah.
And I'm not having you guys make checks. You just need to move faster.
So I'm going to cast Dimension Door on me and Mitnir
So you
and
can
just.
do it if you would like. That would give them a better chance of holding on in case something shakes it. You have no idea. So if you
Well, I
would
was
like
just
to
gonna
do
say,
enhanced
you could
ability,
just hang
you
there
can.
and do stuff, and I'll just climb for the two of them.
But I just wanted to let
We
you
don't
know
have to
that it's not
climb.
gonna increase it's not going to increase their movement speed. It's just going to increase their chances of holding onto the wall.
I'd rather get Clary up there or somebody who can't climb, but I'm close to you, so I'll grab Mitnir and Dimension Door up.
Okay, so
Clary, can you fly? Just get up there.
Clary's got spells.
Bropsy, if you get on my back, I can get us up super fast.
Okay.
What about Graham? What are you doing, Graham?
I can blow some key
They're
points
still
and
pretty
go
far away, right?
triple
Mhm.
speed.
If they're still pretty far away, I'll just keep climbing.
Yeah, you can also
I
reach.
mean, I just cast a spell, so I'm not gonna cast another one just yet.
Yeah. Clary's gonna cast haste on himself.
That
I
works.
have 3 key points, so I can do 3 rounds of triple speed, and I get Bropsy on my back.
Yeah, so Clary's gonna cast haste, and he's going to very quickly start climbing up the wall.
So I normally have 50 movement speed.
So, if we're at the top, Can I like walk above where these things are climbing, or are they like? How much space do we have at the top?
All right, so once you guys pop up to where the sardine man is, you just appear and he goes, "Holy shit!" And you look and you see probably about 4 foot tall sardine person.
Hi.
Yep.
Starts looking at you and he's kind of shaking, and you can see there's like a bit of frost like pulled around his mouth, and he's just like,
All right.
"Oh shit!"
Sorry. It's
Hold the door?
Well, you guys look around as you see that this is like a small, like boat that has been retrofitted to be sort of like almost like a command center. It looks like there are buttons and there are mechanical pieces and bits. There are almost like looks like an electronic console in front of him, and there's like the hatch that lets you guys up and down. And so as you guys get up there, he looked at you. He's like, that was a lot faster than I thought. Your friends will be up here soon, yeah?
Yes, they're coming as fast as they can, and we can hold them
All
off.
right.
So I'm just immediately gonna like look back out like where we came from and just be Eldritch blasting anything within range.
Yeah, he's just got his flipper, or his fin just ready to go. Just like,
I
Curl into
take
a
a javelin and just like, whee!
If you're on top of a building dropping a penny.
Yeah, it's like I'm not really throwing it. It's more like aim and
that's kind of just like a
yeah, it's a real soft toss on my end to let it just fall
roll
straight
with
down.
disadvantage because this is beyond your normal throw range. But yeah,
It might kind of hit wind and spin too. Right?
there's a lot.
I mean,
going. There's a lot
A
of factors
javelin
that could-
shouldn't spin. It should just kind of
Well,
go straight
Javelin
down.
ain't
as-
spinning
as-
at all.
as you throw it, like because you're not throwing it with enough force to like create like a spiral effect. You're kind of just
Right.
dropping it, so it could lean to one side more or less.
That's a
Yeah.
26.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Oh yeah, it
pretty
just goes
good.
straight into that one that's on its back. So first you dropped somebody dropped a boat on it, and then a spear just like lands straight into its. It rolls into the water and swims away. It's like this is not fucking worth it.
I do 31 points of damage with my next Eldritch Blast.
Jesus, so you
I
guys
got
keep
a
shooting
crit.
these things as they're coming up the side.
That one took 11 from the pierce. Yeah.
What are you doing to get up there faster? Are you just moving at a normal speed? Because one of them is now climbing back up again. Two of them are.
Talking
They're
to-
gonna move.
You're talking to me?
Yes.
It's just me left.
Well, Cleary's moving like super fast up the side of the
Yeah.
mountain. Climb speed.
I don't know. What's a climb speed? How do you know what your climb speed is?
I think it's like half.
Generally, it's half your movement
Mhm.
unless you have effects that increase it.
So he's moving 30 feet dashing. He's moving 60 feet in a round.
Well, I don't know if this matters, but I'm going to cast Guardian of Nature, selecting Primal Beast. Which increases my walking speed by feet, and I get an advantage on strength attacks, blah, blah, blah. But it's like the strength version of the other one, so... And I gain Dark Vision, apparently, too. But it'll speed me up a little bit.
Okay. So you begin climbing slightly faster. Cleary's moving up the thing, and then you see 60 feet is how quickly the salamander moves in one round without dashing.
60 feet up the wall.
Yeah.
That's pretty fast.
That's pretty fucking fast. I believe that is its climb speed.
How
I'm
far
sorry.
away is it?
It moves 80 feet.
How far is it away from me?
From the bottom. How far did you climb in your turn?
I don't know. 20 feet?
What did you add? What did the other thing do? The ability that you added?
That's 10 feet. So like I have a normal walking speed of 30. So if it's
Yeah,
half
so it'd be
of my...
15. And then you could use your action to climb.
No, I
and
mean it's
then
20.
you
It's 20 with the new ability because that makes my walking speed 40.
Walking speed 40. So yeah, you're moving 20 feet
Yeah.
on your movement, and then you could do another as an action if you haven't done that, unless the spell was an action. Which
It was a bonus action.
it's a bonus action. You could still put in your action. You can make 40 feet this turn if you want to.
Okay.
Put you at 140 feet. So it is
So
40
it's-
feet below you.
It's 40 feet below me?
Yeah.
Fine.
Or
I'll
is
just
that
cast. I don't know how far. We said we were halfway
60,
up for.
I think it might be 60 feet below you.
Oh, that means it'll get me then. All right, I'm just gonna cast gaseous form.
Okay, so you turn the gas, and he's like, there's still one of you guys coming. They're coming up this thing. I gotta hit the button. And you watch Grim turns into a cloud and starts climbing up. And as Cleary just crests into the
Fly
boat,
up. You can fly now.
yeah, he just floats up. And then as Cleary gets into the boat, that should be the last of you. He's like, "That's it, right?"
Yep.
And he
Wait,
hits
wait,
the
wait,
button.
wait. I'm gonna drop the other 3 javelins I have just down. Just
Okay.
like,
As
I'm
these
still
things start
Eldritch
climbing up the
blasting.
side, they're climbing up. They're taking the hits and going they're climbing like scary fast. Like this is part of like the horror movie where they're climbing up the side. He's like, Tom, and he hits the button. As he does, you watch what looks like ice, but spikes shoot out of the side of the mountain, the cliffside, and go straight through their bodies. And he hits it, and then they just keep going, pulsing as the entire side of the mountain just starts shooting random spikes out.
Nice.
I love a spike trap.
Good thing I'm made of
Oh,
gas.
yeah. The dock is really good.
I mean, it's no rowboat,
That's
but it's
cheating.
pretty cool.
Well, if you want to survive out here, you got to do what you got to do. So,
Yeah.
well, anyways, folks,
Hi.
my name's Kip.
Hi, Kip.
I am sort of the guard dog here for the ledge. It's awful nice to meet you, but at the same time, y'all could pick a better way to come in.
We
Obviously,
tried
you
to
didn't know
come
any
in from the
better.
top, and you yelled at us.
No, that's the. And
That's
you guys still feel the shaking.
We should go
Look.
help up there. Can we go help up there?
You guys are completely fine. We've taken care of this before. We know what we're doing. Yeah, I'll
What's
just try.
the-
As you guys are standing around in here, you feel like pretty warm.
What is this place? How does
this is part of the side of the hill. You're not sure which part or of the glacier. You're not sure which section it should be in, but you don't feel that intense cold you would have felt if you were normally on the glacier.
I thought this whole cauldron was just. I mean, how is this place not freezing? And how are you guys not?
That's a lot to explain, ma'am. I'll tell you. I'll get you talking to the captain as soon as we're done dealing with the big bird, and then y'all get up to date. You'll get oriented, and we'll decide if you're going to be able to stay or not. In the meantime, I'm just going to need to check all your weapons. And he takes out a ledger, and he says, and he moves you over to a box. He says, all you do is you drop it in. You tell me your name, give me your list of items, any weapons that you're carrying. Please, folks, like, I'm not going to search you. I'm not going to pat you down. This is the one safe place that we're aware of inside of the Cauldron of Judgment. And I want this place to thrive. We all do. It's the only place we can all call home, call safe zone, and we're all working to get out of here together.
That's
So
great.
if you just cooperate, that'd
Yeah.
be fantastic.
No, this is exactly what I never imagined this existed here, but yes,
Well,
of course, we're on board.
I'm super sorry for what you guys have probably been through up till now. It's rough for everyone. We all have stories of rough times.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just swimming with my school, and here I was. I've been here for most of my life now. I mean, I was just a little sardine boy way back in the day.
Yeah.
Got made fun of at school a lot. Now look at me. Look what I'm capable of doing. I just took
Pushing a
down
button?
3 big old lizards just with one push of a button.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Life is odd that way, isn't it?
They call me Kip the Gatekeeper.
I can see why. You're very good at keeping the gate.
I'm
Around
very
this
good.
time, Gim will
Take a
probably.
list.
Around this time, Grim will finally probably get like to the top because he only moves like 10 feet as a
Okay.
gas cloud.
Yeah, just like spikes going through the clouds. and-
Slowly, like do. So slow.
So he's got the hatch closed now.
Potions, weapons.
Potions. No, potions are not considered weapons. If you'd like to check them here, you are more than welcome to. If you're worried about anybody pickpocketing you, I keep a list here, and it is. You look into the box, you don't see anything, just a black pit. This is a magical sealing box. I can only be removed by someone who knows what's in it, which is why, in the privacy of this situation, nobody else should know what's going on. I'm the only one who keeps the list. It is my job. And if anything were to happen to me, the counter would probably take care of them. He counts everything, and that includes people. So if I don't show up for dinner time, he's going to be aware, and he's going to make trouble for those folks.
Well,
Do I have to hand over my steak?
Oh, thank you so much. This is such a very nice steak.
Well, I don't want to hand over my steak.
Oh,
Do I
Okay.
have to?
yes, please. I mean, it'd be really great if you could, because that's definitely a shillelagh. You can tell by the way that it has been carved in shapes that it is used for clabbering of skulls.
I hand over a dagger.
It's what I use to heal people, but
Well, as a self-noggin individual, I personally find that to be a highly threatening weapon, especially wielded in the hands of one as mighty as you.
Birds and fish, famously.
Is there a chair inside this place?
Hmm?
Is there a chair inside this room?
No, this place is like
Okay.
literally it's just like the rowboat that Oren just dropped, just full of mechanical
I was just
stuff and
curious,
like a couple
right?
crates and boxes.
I'm a big muscular dude, and he's got a soft head. So if I had a chair, he should be scared too.
Mhm. That's true. He's like, so you guys put in whatever you would like. Tell me now what you would like to put in.
I will pull off the
Nothing.
great sword of sharpness, and I'll pull off the great axe and be like, "Here you go."
All right. Thank you so much. Again, guys, not gonna pat you down, but
I'll put in my bladed chain.
blade chain.
I just give him a dagger, which is the only visible weapon I have.
Even my stick, my piece of int or whatever.
Oh, this is really nice. This is a fancy wood. Is this living tree wood?
Yeah, he's
All
stupid
things
enough to
considered,
try
Don't
to
insult
us.
my
Not
stick and
weird.
say his stick is better.
I didn't say his stick was better. I said his is very nice.
I did not say that.
It tried to kill us, so I
Robsy did
burned
not
it to
say that.
death.
All right. So, Robsy, did you give your shillelagh over?
Yes.
Like, yeah, they had Clobber and Shillelagh. Thank you so much, Shillelagh. That's not even legible. But I've got it right here on my list. Slide these suckers in. So he slides them into the chest. They just disappear in the darkness. He closes it up. He says, well, you guys just head up to the next section, and they'll get you checked in, as it were. And he says, closing up! He yells up top, and they say, closing up! You hear from above, and he just closes his hatch door, and as he does, he pulls slats along the edge of the boat, and you see that they covered the side, putting almost like an armor, and you guys can't see out across the space anymore. You're completely closed in. You begin climbing up to the next section. You find yourself in a small room that looks like it was built out of probably the top part of a deck of a ship, but it seems to be enclosed in what looks like sort of dirtied glass on all sides. And as you guys land there, you can see that there's a chair and there's a couple of other like benches and stuff where you guys can sort of settle in if you wanted to. And again, there's no cold wind at all. Like you guys feel actually like insulated. You feel fine.
This is a huge
so-
relief, but I don't know if I trust it.
He passes by what appears to be like a large orc individual, and he pats him on the shoulder. He's like, hey, Bill. He's like, hey, Kip. He's like, well, y'all just get yourself settled here for a minute. Captain will be down as soon as you're done dealing with the big bird. And we'll get you guys all settled in, figured out. You can see, like, it almost looks like this is like a sort of, just like greeting area. Like, you can see there's like a little snack bar off to the side. It doesn't have much, but it's got like little dried meat pieces and some water that isn't frozen. He's like, great. I'll catch you guys later. I'll leave you with Bill here. So,
Thanks,
hey,
Kip.
guys.
It was nice to meet you. Hi, Bill.
Hey.
Hey. How are you doing?
Well, can't complain.
I can.
Oh, shucks, I'm smart, fella.
I
Want
mean,
some tea?
you are trapped in a cauldron. You could complain a little.
We got a little bit of tea if you want. That'll help calm your nerves.
No. But how often do you guys have to shoot at that thing? Just kind of points
Oh,
up.
the one up? Yeah, well, they'll explain the rules about that when you guys get here, but needless to say, the big bird, it waits till you find a den. You return to your den and then it attacks. That's kind of its thing.
So it waits for
Granted,
people to rest, to stop.
it waits till it can find more food than just a couple little morsels. Keeps
Where's
its eye
it
out for the
sleep?
ones that land. Honestly, we don't know.
Hmm.
Best guess, it sleeps, God, in the center, maybe, where all the dangerous shit is. I don't know, maybe it just sleeps up there perched on top of the Ager statue. I don't. Beats me.
Yeah.
But y'all do it right out there. I hope you didn't have to do too much killing.
We
Unless
tried.
that's your thing.
We tried to avoid
We
it.
avoid killing people at all costs.
Well, y'all probably have a good chance of making it here. We take a few killers in every now and again. Some that
Avoid
actually
fighting
enjoy
the
the
trolls
all-kill thing, but
and the yetis.
yeah, those ice trolls are real rough. You gotta watch out for them.
Yeah. We took out a couple of salamanders.
Yeah, good on you. They're strong. They make good meat too.
Yeah. I guess there's quite a meal out there on the below us right now.
I'm sure something else ate that up already.
Well, the Rangers will probably pick it up, bring it in with them when they come back through.
Mitnir pulls out the salamander toe from the first one and just like, is this edible? Like,
Yeah, I'm really impressed you guys made it here flying through that Alchem storm. That's pretty well done.
We had to take shelter, but I know we got lucky. We didn't get hit too bad. This place is kind of awful. But
Guys, as you guys are sitting there, you notice like this chair, Kip comes back down, and he starts placing like a small little side table next to the chair, and puts a little goblet on it and some he's making like a little snack stand for next to the chair. He's like, Captain, be down shortly. Climbs back up. It's like, I like Kip. Kip's a hard worker.
Kip's great.
What's all your names?
I'm Seti.
Mitnir.
Orin.
Bedupsy.
Right. Bropsy. That's a colloquial name, or like, where'd y'all get that? I ain't heard nobody named Bropsy before.
From the plane of air.
My name is My Champion.
My champion.
That's what I'm told to say is my name.
All right, my champion.
Whispers
nice
to
to meet you.
I thought his name was Grim.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he changed it.
Who told you to say that?
Lady, the lady in the mushroom. I am her champion.
Oh, so you got one of them drug-addled fellas with your party. That's fine.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot in the mushrooms too, friend. I've seen a lot in the mushroom too.
You have seen the lady in the mushroom?
Are
you
seen
her
the
champion
dog
too?
in the mushroom. I've seen the kaleidoscopic hellscape in the mushroom. I've had all kinds of trips.
Okay. Good job.
Well, that's great. Well, yeah. And you guys hear a bunch of thumping up above, like heavy thumping. He's like, that'll be the captain. Well, I'm gonna go back to my watch. Y'all have fun. And he climbs back down to the next section. Open her up! And after a few seconds, something slides open up above, and you hear, like, coming down the wooden ladder, just creaking, this super, like, muscular, very heavy individual. And yet you can see, like, with his sort of pale, bluish, teal, almost teal skin, like, begins climbing down. And you can see his beard is, like, frost-tinged all over. And you can see his eyes are, like, sort of, like, almost got, like a frost cataracts. It looks so weird just looking at his eyes. And as he comes down, you can see like cold breath coming out of his mouth. He's like, "So you're the new ones, eh?" As he climbs down, you can see his feet as he sits down. He places them down. They are completely black, coming out of the bottom of his very tattered, heavy leather leggings, pants, I guess. And then you can see the most notable thing about him, I would say, is that his left arm is just a big metal gauntlet on it, and a hand coming out of it that looks like it's made out of glass. And he sits down and settles, and he goes, "I'm Captain Blackfoot. Welcome to the ledge."
Thank you, Captain. I'm Seti. It's Grim. Oren, Rapsy and Mitnir, and Cleary. We
Y'all. This is another completely different accent. Jesus Christ, it's so hard. You brought quite a bit of trouble with you.
we're so sorry about that. We had no idea.
You got quite a bit to learn if you want to be a member of the Ledge. Rule
Yeah,
number 1, no flying. Not in the Barren Strait.
yeah.
Barren Thrace.
We don't plan on staying.
Barren Flows.
Well,
That's the one.
yes.
Fair enough. Fair enough if you're just passing through. Fair enough.
We need a safe place to rest and regroup a little bit. But we...
Well, you came upon the right place to do that then. There is no other safe haven
Yeah,
that I'm aware of in here.
I'm surprised there's even one. How...
Well, I discovered her by accident, so
Oh,
it's a little known secret around the rest of the place, but I don't think anyone else has the gusto or the luck to put together anything like this.
yeah.
We've been pulling our resources here for nigh on 80 years,
Wow.
and this is how far we've made it. We've lost a lot. Which is why if new people show up flying around and bringing rocks down on us, it's really important that you understand that you won't be welcome back if you don't follow the rules.
Of
And
course.
trust me, this is a place you might want to be welcome back to.
Yeah,
Considering that the history of the Cauldron, no one's ever made it to the center and made it back out.
yeah. We definitely have no intention of bringing any
He
harm to this
reaches
place.
down, grabs the goblet, takes a swig, picks up a cigar, lights it up. Well, tries to light it up and goes, "Hey, which one of you has the pyromancy? It's pretty much right on all of you."
I'll give it a light with prestidigitation.
Thank you.
Uh,
You can see mixed with like the frosty coming off of his mouth, out of his breath, and he's just like, "That's quite nice. The heat in your lungs. I bet you all miss that taste, eh? Would you like one as well? They're very rare, but I'm more than willing to share it if, you're all willing to cooperate properly. You look strong." He looks over at Mitnir and through Grim and the rest of you. He's like, "You're an old group, but you look like you can handle yourselves."
we can, and we have every intention of getting back out there and putting an end to all of this.
Looks you over up and down.
I know.
I've got a question for you then.
Hmm.
How many people have you killed?
We were attacked by the first people we met here, and we killed...
No, I'm asking how many people you've killed. Ever.
ever. Oh boy.
Mitnir starts just like,
We're not
lots?
Well, they were
We
all
only
bad
kill
people.
if we have to.
I
We
have-
always try to reason first, which I understand is contrary to what happens in here. But I can tell you that we already... Can't find the words. Defeated the last cauldron.
We opened it up so people could get out. But we didn't leave a path of bodies in our wake.
I feel like I have to smoke something to play this guy.
Mitnir's also just, he's like, undead basilisk, undead knight. He's just like,
We might,
slowly
we might be the new
already
kids.
dead.
We might
Does
be
that
the new
count?
kids here.
You're all talking an awful lot, and honestly, I'm not used to it. So if you could all just talk one at a time, I'll be happy to listen to you, and I'll answer any questions you have as well. In fact, let's do it that way. I ask you a question, you, one of you at a time, and then you respond to me, you, one of you at a time. That'll make it easier for all of us to meet each other, learn, if we can work together in any capacity. Right?
Right.
See, like, this individual, by the way, he's got like the frost-tinted, tinged beard, which is in itself sort of greenish, like sort of seaweed green. He's a Triton, but like bigger and grislier than any Triton you've ever seen. And he just seems pretty nice, considering how gruff he looks in appearance, and his eyes are like sunken, swollen, and again, like sort of like the eyes themselves look like they've been slightly frozen. The corneas, like it's rough looking. Well, you, the one with all the color in her hair. So, how many people have you killed?
A couple that attacked us first. One that was part of a raiding party that attacked our caravan and burned everything and everyone. He slit his throat. It was the first time I'd ever killed somebody. The others...
Right, then. Now you can ask me a question. See how that works.
How does this place exist? I mean, do you all have to have tokens still? Is this free from the rules of the cauldron outside?
I can explain it fully if that's what you want, but to answer your first question, I did discover this by accident. I lost my arm finding it. I lost feeling in my legs. They're basically gone as well. If they weren't full of part of the cauldron iron, I wouldn't be able to walk. But I'll tell you what. I'll give you a little bit of a secret. This place is not a part of either a shelf or the bearing flows. This place exists in rings and we are on the line. That's the first key to unlocking the haven that is the ledge. And I discovered that by being trapped on the side of this mountain for 3 weeks. Crushed beneath ice and rock.
Wow. What a lucky place to wind up crushed, I guess, of all the places.
All right. No, it really is. This place, suspended as we are, which I might add is a very difficult feat, is the one place where the cold does not accumulate. All the cold is always there. The curse persists, but you don't accumulate more curse. And that is the first part to what makes this work. I've revealed that much to you, and I feel that's a fair thing to do. The rest, I will say, you're not going to learn unless you're a part of our crew. Because the second you know more secrets about what's here,
the more valuable it becomes.
Valuable? Yeah, well, I wouldn't say that so much as the more tempting it would be to cause a ruckus.
What I meant. We're no thieves.
We have no desire for ruckus.
I always
People will do surprising things to survive. I wouldn't push it past the nicest folks out there.
We're not looking to survive for ourselves. We're looking to help people.
That's a big claim. If that's the truth, I'd love for you all to stay here and work with us. Because, especially if, as you mentioned before, you clear the cauldron, I'd be more than happy to aid you on this venture as well. But it's give and take now. You, the bright one.
That's me, I assume.
Aye. How many people have you killed?
I'm not sure I've actually killed any people. A lot of monsters. Some undead. I don't think any people, though.
Wait, now you asked me a question. If you're curious of anything.
Do you know of anyone who has ventured to the center and come back?
Aye, I have. And yes, I have.
Good to know. Perhaps you could elaborate on what we might expect if we were to venture there.
Well,
cold curse that never goes away. Pain like you wouldn't believe. If you think the barren flows are barren, try heading towards the heart of this cauldron. The lone mountain. Getting there through the fields of ice and all the things that live there, the things that walk, the things that stalk the night, is hell. But I've seen the thing that guards the one temple. Not the other, but the one. And that be a dragon.
The dragon guards the temple.
Right? And it was a bit much for me to take on by myself, sole survivor. So I left.
Yeah.
And I bore the curse making my way back.
Certainly have our
Well,
work
that's
cut out
good
for us.
information. We now know there's a temple
Hey,
and what guards it.
I'm more than happy to help anybody clear this damn cauldron if it'll fix things around there. That's more information I'm not afraid to give away. But you asked yours, and now I'll ask mine. Whereas I'm not worried about most of you being killers. Save that one now. You, big buff lizard fuck. No offense, it's just what I call your kind.
Kind of like,
How many people have you killed?
yes,
Why did you kill him?
it was my job.
Are you telling the truth?
Yeah, because I was a mercenary before meeting up with the caravan.
Alright.
It's like, fair enough. That works for me. Ask your question, lizard fuck.
Have you seen a house on two legs pass through here?
Now that's a question I haven't heard or expected before. But surprisingly, I have an answer. My scouts did in fact see a chicken out-legged house run by through the flows. Nigh on, I believe, 6 hours ago.
Oh,
Which way?
Towards the center, if I might be heard. They'd have to be close to the wall for my scouts to see them.
Okay.
not great. We don't want her
We're
getting
not
there
too
before
far
we do.
behind.
6 hours is a lot, and we still have to rest.
Surprised that you guys had information about the big walking chicken house.
Well,
We all thought that maybe there were astral chickens that had come here in some sort of living coop.
no,
It jumped off the other cauldron.
it's a hag. Lives in that house.
All right, you know what? We're gonna go back to asking one question and then getting a question back because it's already overwhelming the amount of information I'm receiving.
Yeah, fair
So
enough.
let's keep it a little more simple. You, one of the several blue ones, but I'm gonna call you the gross one. Don't be offended by it.
You heard them, Clary.
He looks at you for a minute.
And he's like, "Aye, right. So you're Cleary then."
Turns back to Cleary.
So I know your wimpy ass ain't killed no one. That's pretty clear. Now, what I need to know is, are these trustworthy people?
It's like,
Sorry, just know what he's gonna say.
Except for that one.
he looks around. He looks at Grim. I think they are. I think they are. Yes. He eyes Cleary. Sort of follows his eye line. He's like,
Right then. Well, you can ask me any question then that you like. Eh? Yes.
This visage, that is you, is this the result of the cast advancing
for a long period of time? Or is this an effect of a fracture? Or something of the like? Well, not you, Perceptive. It's a bit of both, ain't it? I've got the cold within me. I found the fracture out here. I've seen the goat demon.
I'm pretty sure all of us are just like staring at him at the moment when he says that.
Poker face, guys. Poker face.
The most deadly thing that walks this plane, this place, stalking at night. This creature, the devil, demon goat, haunts this place. And I'll tell you, if you see it, you run. 'Cause that thing is death incarnate.
Yes. He's here.
It walks at night, and only at night. We don't know how to fight it. We don't know where it haunts, where it comes from, or how it can get around so fast, but it is everywhere you go. But only at night, and it hunts on all 3 rings. We have a theory that it's probably worth more tokens than any other creature in the cauldron, but
this god demon.
Tentacles, thrill and nature, goat thing.
I don't really stick around long enough to find out if it's got tentacles. I see a devil goat walking around, they tend to just run away, especially when it just points fingers and people die.
I just kind of glance over at Cleary.
Well, that was my question, and I think I got more information than I bargained for.
It's good to know. I don't know what to do with that information, but it's good to know.
Fair enough. Right then, little bird. I don't imagine you're much of a killer. If I had to guess, I'd say you're more of a...
It looks you up and down.
More like adopt everyone you find type. My only real question... My only real question for you is if you want to work with us. And if you think your friends here would be willing to work with us either.
I think that unless you have some unreasonable demands of us, it would be wise for us to partner up. You clearly have much more experience in this particular cauldron than we do. You would know things that would be invaluable to us.
You're smart. So, again, any questions? I'm more than happy to answer.
I look to the rest of the group. So I don't know what I would ask.
I think we mostly...
Aside from what he actually wants from us.
If that's what you want to ask him, just ask him that.
Most immediately, we need to know anything that would be helpful getting to the center, to the temple, to put an end to this. How many tokens we would need, supplies we might need, information about what's out there.
I'm fairly certain that I asked the little one there to ask me a question, not for everyone else to chime in.
Oh, sorry.
Keep it straight. What's your actual question? Keep it clear and concise. I get lost very easily.
What do you want from us in return for your aid?
To be honest with you, there's 2 reasons I was asking why you killed folks. One, to find out what kind of people you are. If you killed them for a reason, fine. It's fine. We all do. I was a pirate for many years before I came to the cauldron, and I killed plenty. And I did it for the wrong reasons. And I'd never let me into my crew. But I'll tell you what. Only people that have killed can kill, and won't hesitate to kill if they need to. but only if they need to. That god up there may sneer and demand that we fight each other to the death for nothing. But I'll tell you what, I want as many of the people here to survive as possible. And if you're strong enough to survive, to kill, especially if it's monsters, especially if those monsters are human, you're the people I want. And granted, I just don't have a lot of them. Around this place, there are not that many that can hold their own. The Counter's one, Carrick. The Doctor knows what he's doing, but he's not here for combat. And there's me. I'm far past my prime. I can handle maybe half of you. But I'm only one man.
I think we are the people you're looking for then. We've been through a lot. That fits that description. But I hope to put an end to this so soon that you won't actually need our help.
Fair enough. Well then. As long as you're all amicable on the situation, we can have your weapons restored. I'll take you on the tour of the place, tell you our secrets. If you're willing to join up, on the contingency that you're not beholden to us should we clear the cauldron. But that while you're with us, you follow our rules. Rule number 1, you give up all your tokens.
And if we were to set out for the center, would we get them back?
If you're part of the expeditionary forces towards the center, you'll be allotted what's necessary to get you there.
Did not get to ask his question.
Oh, I'm sorry. I assumed you didn't want one.
What?
Alright, I've got the question for you then. If we're
Okay.
moving that way, are you evil?
Am I evil?
This one's eyes were screaming that you're an evil son of a bitch.
Grim is not evil. Grim just, does what Grim has to do. To not die.
Honestly, I'm completely fine at 5 out of 6 being alright people. So I'm totally fine with it.
Okay, great.
If this one, I mean, he's got an eyeball crawling up the side of his neck.
Oh,
It's-
yes. I have
it's-
tentacles too.
Oh my dear lord. more like, oh, Umber Lake, keep me safe. I don't know what that is, but please just keep it to yourself. I don't want
Grim.
I don't want any reports of anybody getting a little too tentacly.
Oh, no.
there.
Grim would never touch someone without consent.
Well, right then, I mean even with consent, because there are people with eyes. We've got children here, right?
Grim does not care about the Yaki stuff. It's okay.
Alright, fine.
Alright.
You can ask me a question then.
Okay, finally. Alright, this has been bothering me since the beginning.
Aye.
Why, if you have 2 black feet, are you called Blackfoot?
That's a really good question, actually. I think it's because Blackfoot sounds better than Blackfeet. I think it's just it sounds better. I mean,
I just was wondering because I saw 2 black feet and then you said your name was Blackfoot and I've been very confused this whole time.
aye. Well, my rangers are called the Blackfoot Hunters.
Okay. So
Um,
they don't hunt your feet though.
No, we just all mostly have frostbite, and me
Oh.
particularly, I have had my
Oh.
my feet filled with iron.
What was your name before you had black feet?
Oh, it's been lost at this point.
Okay, I'm gonna call you Gary.
That's not that far off, actually.
Okay, nice to meet you, Gary Blackfoot. My name is My Champion.
Right.
And Grim.
My champion. Can I just call you a champion? Because calling you my champion makes
Yes,
it
you
seem
can
like...
call me champion. I think the lady would like that. That's fine.
All right, champion. Is there a lady in particular that you're champion of? Or should I
Yes,
just...
mushroom lady. It's hard to say. Zugtmoy? Zugtmoy?
Sogtoi.
Yeah, she's mushroom face lady. She's very strange.
Right, so he is evil then. That's fair enough. Just don't cause any trouble while you're here. The rest of you, and
Wait,
including you as well.
Do you know that name?
I've never heard anything about this, Grim. Who's what?
She's the mushroom lady, and I'm her champion. That's usually. Apparently, she likes to take over people's brains, but she can't take over my brain. So I guess we're just like friends now, and I'm her champion.
Well, when did this happen?
I don't know. When I got the eyeball in me, I guess.
You're living like a whole other life over there, aren't you?
You don't know that this is what's happening, right?
I thought
I
it
sure-
just grew.
Yeah, I mean-
Okay, let me. Grim will explain it like this. This mushroom Zookmoy lady is to Grim what your flower lady is to Zeti.
Lady Hyacinth. Oh, so yes. Well, okay, sure.
You are
Questionable
her
ally?
champion. You are her champion,
Well,
as I am the mushroom lady's.
well.
She has chosen you.
Just leans back in his chair with a cigar, like.
You don't know this? You don't know that she...
No, so this mushroom lady gave you powers because she thinks
Right,
you
I
will be
just-
useful.
Right, I just figured that the big powerful people are just stuffing all of us full of magic rocks to make us, I don't know, that makes us their person. I don't get it, whatever.
Yeah, like chess pieces on the board.
So
I-
is
like-
Aaron Northout's person or is Dad's person?
Oh, that's a good question. Oh, should we
Just
say
kind of looks
Northought
over.
in front of this guy? Does he know that the goat's name is Northought?
Are you familiar with Northout?
He's literally just kicked back, like.
You're all talking about quite a lot. That much. Like I said before, as soon as you all start talking at once, telling a bunch of crap, it's a lot of information. I'm much better at the whole. I ask you a question.
Yes.
You ask me a
Yes.
question.
Sorry.
When you all go into chaos, but I've learned a lot about you. You're beholden to an abyssal lord. That's fine.
Oh, is that what she is?
I believe I've heard in conjunction to outer beings that belong to the plane of shadows and darkness and death. I've heard Zugtmoy is a name that's come across the table once or twice.
Oh, see, Grim is not very religious, so he doesn't know all of these things.
Oh, I don't think anyone really worships her so much as it becomes part of her spores.
Oh, she has spores. That's good to know. Grim likes spores.
This is.
That's what a mushroom is. That's where I got
Yeah.
it from.
Yeah, no, I know. I like spores. I like spores, mushrooms.
No, I got that feature. Definitely looking at you appear to be somebody who enjoys a good sport.
Oh, they're fun.
Well, as it were, about a bit of a story.
Sure. Yes.
So as he gets up, he's like, "Follow me." He stands up, grabs a cigar, chugs the rest of his drink, climbs straight up the porthole up to the next section. What you guys see is like Captain Hook's little town from like Hook, where it's like just a whole
Yes.
bunch of boats put together and like little buildings that have just like been constructed, but all into the side of this cliff. You can see that a lot of the buildings are like staked in with like heavy metal iron. You can walk up to them and even walk into the cliff face slightly. But you see the people that are doing that. It's used for like a refrigeration section for like food and stuff, where they keep it on ice.
It's kind of like the barge then, but like stuck into a mountain.
It's like the barge, but it's the ledge.
Yeah.
It's or the gap. There's a theme.
Did he say we
but-
were getting our weapons back and then going on tour?
Yeah. So
Okay.
he's like, well, you'll get them when you leave. No,
Are
you'll
they
allow your
weapons?
weapons back whenever you need them. He doesn't want people walking around with weapons inside the
Never.
place if they can help
Who
it.
would do a thing like that?
He's like, all right. So as you guys look around, you see that there's not shops or anything, but you can see that there's places where people are like they have tents packed up or different buildings and houses where people actually live. You can see that there are like piles of stuff people are sorting. it looks like a communal living space that sort of has the same structure as a town, vaguely. But in the very center of this place, you see what I guess would be the main attraction. So as he looks over this area with you, he says, "So right, you can get your food over there. If you ever need anything in particular, we've got a bit of a general store. You can do it. It's more even trade or anything else, a trade post, as it were. We don't really use much coin here, but if you've got anything else of value or trades and services, there's a lot to be had at the board. Meanwhile, I'll bet you've noticed there's a massive cage in the center of the space. And sitting inside that cage is a large individual. You can't tell if they are Goliath or an ogre or somewhere in between, but they are frosty all over. Like you can see like ice covering their entire body, even though it's not cold here. And you can see that they are slowly counting a massive pile of coins.
Tokens?
When you look at him, of tokens. When you look at him, you see that they have no eyes. They're just counting it by feel alone. And as they sit over it, they're just like moving from one pile to another. He says, "That is the other secret to how this place works."
The counter.
Did you know that if you take the tokens and no one person holds them, but they're left stagnant, that the heat they produce is not dissipated, but rather is applied as an aura?
Oh, that's why we found the bundle of 12 in the cart.
If you've seen someone who does it, that's it.
Didn't work
As
for them.
long as the individuals within its range of influence have a curse that can be suppressed by the number, it is shared equally among all within range. That much we figured out. The doctor's done experimentations, but we found out very specifically that with the nigh on 2,000 some odd tokens we have here, you can get it about the size of a small town. The aura that's generated, the more within the pile, the better. The counter moves them from one spot to another because if you leave them sitting for too long, the cold dissipates. Or the heat dissipates. They become completely inert.
Right.
And he keeps track of how many are here at any given time.
Wow, that's a big job.
Right? But he's aware of everything that's happening on the ledge at any time. So, if you're told on by him, there's a fair chance you're not one of us anymore, or you're at the bottom of the sea.
I'll take out my tokens and offer them up.
Okay. Is everybody giving all their tokens?
I mean, we have to. So,
Yeah, I guess so.
As you've been taking them out, he's like,
I like the way you think. An immediate decision, seeing the truth. I like you lot. I think we're gonna make some magic happen together. And hopefully that magic finally frees us from this death hellscape.
I sure hope so.
so we hand him what, 56 total?
I've got...
Me and Meteor have 10. Everyone else has 9, right?
Mm-hmm.
I will give.
I roll
my-
insight to like.
Yeah.
I think I
Are
trust
they
him, but I want to
scamming
like.
us?
I want to know for sure before we get fucked.
Seem the type to
Make
lie,
an insight
Riley,
check.
honestly.
Can you roll for me, Megan?
Oh, you really want me to?
I needed more snacks, so yes.
Insight?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, not bad. 21.
Oh,
As far as you can tell, he seems to be pretty upfront.
then yeah.
That's around. He's gonna kill us, right? So that's like, or not, more or less, right? So he's
I
not like.
will hand mine to Seti. I won't hand them to him though. So Seti can decide what to do with those.
I will then hand them over.
Okay, so as you're getting them all, you guys are giving up all your tokens?
Looks
Just
like
want to
it.
make sure nobody's holding everything up.
Yep.
All right. So as you guys give all the tokens, how many was it? 56.
56. Yeah. 9 times 4
56
plus
tokens,
20.
He says, "All right, Carol, we've got 56 new tokens coming your way," and you hear 56 tokens. And he sticks his hand out through the cage, and you can see this hand is meaty, and it's like his hand is about the size of Mitnir's chest. And you see he puts them in there, and he closes his hand around this small pouch, and he brings them in, and he goes, "Whoa. 2, and starts setting them into a pile. 3, 4. Well, he'll be there for a while then.
Yeah.
Make yourselves at home. I pick all of you for rangers, for Blackfoot hunters. So we'll get into that situation as soon as you all get some rest.
Yes,
You look tired.
we are. Thank you.
If you take the shack down at the inn, you can have it all to yourselves. Someone will be around to supply you with any food you might need. But welcome to the Ledge.
Thank you.
Sanctuary for now. But hopefully, just maybe,
The beginning of the end of this place.
thanks for filling it in. I got really lost there for a second.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Gary.
Was he smoking weed while talking to us?
I was. He was smoking cigars.
Cigars.
So,
Cigars.
you guys can all take a long rest, and whereas your
Whoa.
maximum hit point total does not return to its original, you can take the effects of a long rest otherwise. Oh, I've been sitting too long. My butt. My butt. My butt.
Long rest. God, we needed that. Oh, but you have to redo the max HP modifier.
If you uncheck the thing.
Oh, I forgot.
So did I. That's fine. That's good. I was a little hurting.
Yeah.
So you guys can go ahead and take a long rest. We only have 10 minutes left, so I don't really want to mess around too much. But during that time, I will say Cleary will identify that cloak and tell you that it is a cloak of resistance.
Is it resistance or protection?
Protection.
Does
Protection. Cloak
does
of
anybody need a cloak of protection? I believe you have to attune to it, which is
I think everyone's full on attunement, so unless someone really wants a plus
But how
one,
many items do you have for attunement?
You
3.
might not
3.
have to attune to that.
I think you do, which is why I didn't
There's
get
one
one.
you do and one you don't.
It's
You
the
can have 3.
Ring or a cloak. I don't know. One of those is attunable, one is not.
so
And
if
they
that,
don't stack, right?
if that one's not attunable, I would.
No, they
Well,
do
I
not
mean-
stack.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, the ring is attunement. Hang on.
Does anybody have any diamonds?
Why?
Okay, why do you need diamonds?
Requires
Really?
attunement, yes. Cloak of protection requires attunement. You gain +1 bonus to AC and saving throws while you wear this cloak.
Yeah, so it's the same as the ring.
Yes. It is just a cloak as opposed to
All right.
a ring. So
They
it's up to
changed
you
that or
guys.
something? Like one of them didn't need attunement.
I thought so too,
Mm.
but that might have been something else. Like
We
elven
have
kind or something.
diamonds. If we have
Okay.
diamonds, Grim can do things.
What things can you do?
The same thing you are going to do, just more times.
Fucking bringing
Does.
someone back?
I'm adding greater restoration to my list.
Oh, that needs
Oh.
diamond?
It needs 100 gold worth of diamond dust.
Which you have to acquire. Even though
Yeah.
you've got diamonds.
No,
definitely
you can
have
make
to-
you can make diamond dust very easily.
How do you dust the
Crush
diamond?
it with a hammer.
But okay, but is
Diamonds-
there any
diamonds
point
have a
to doing
very
that while
high-
we're still in the cauldron?
No, not right now. I mean, not like
Well,
not right here, but like
potentially
if we need to-
yes.
if somebody
It
gets
resets
enough,
the curse back
Exactly.
to 0, and then immediately gives you 1 tick.
if somebody gets too much additional cold thread, it could be really helpful. But anyway, diamonds have a very strong scratching strength, but they're very weak to crushing relative to their scratching strength. You can crush one with a hammer. You don't need to use a. Diamonds are
All right.
misunderstood. The way that the structure is, it's very resistant to scratching, but it will break under steel if you crush it.
I mean,
So
yeah, my diamond ring has a nick in it, so that had to happen somehow.
If we end up out killing more things and get more tokens, kind of think we should save like 1 token per thing as just a oh shit moment.
If you break the rules, though, they might kill us.
He
I
did.
mean, I will
Require
happily
us
leave
spending
it.
more time here, which we don't want to do.
Yeah.
I
We're
will
under a
happily
time
leave it
crunch.
out in the snow and not bring it back and just.
Well, here's the thing. He did say that if we were going on an expedition to the center, we would have what we needed to get us there. So I don't think we need tokens anymore unless a big influx of people happens and we need tokens to help protect them.
It's the more of getting back I'm worried about.
Well, if we complete the cauldron and have a way out, then hopefully nobody would need to do that.
Thus why we oh shit moment.
I don't think we have time to build up a stash. That's
We
what
do
I'm
if we
saying.
kill that goat.
I
Oh,
do not
they
want
say
to.
they think.
We're not racing the goat, though.
They say they think that the goat might have tokens. They don't. I bet you that it does not. It's probably
The goat
just
is
another...
here for the same reason we are. Well, sort of.
Yes.
We're here because of the goat, but the goat is here to get the fracture and fuck this place over.
Probably just another baby Northought, like the one that
I-
Oren
It's an
talked
avatar
about.
of Northought.
Yes.
Yes, baby Northought.
Or it's just an ugly goat.
I know
Well-
how to kill them, but
But
I can't.
Kill
do
them
it myself.
kill them with your butt. Such a silly weakness.
Did you just blank out the rest of my sentence there?
I did not blank. What?
Yeah, you did.
he heard the word but and completely tuned out.
Yeah.
You said butt,
So,
and I
so
thought maybe
what-
that might
what
be
does
the
it-
secret.
to kill him.
They're weak to radiant damage.
Oh, Grim can do that.
We don't want to run into the goat. Let's just try not to be out after dark if we can help it at all.
And when he said it pointed at people and they disappeared, that's basically the ability I have from the fracture.
Wait, what? You can point
Oh,
at
where you
people
make
and make
them-
them disappear?
Yeah, you've not seen him do that?
Little trip to
Well,
the far realm and back.
Remember
they
when he
survive.
made the big shark throw up? You don't remember?
right. Okay, so that's from Northought Fracture, so that's okay. Well, I guess if he points at you and you disappear, maybe it's not the end of the world then, but I still don't want to fight this thing.
It's a pretty painful process. I'll say that. I went through it
Yeah.
once.
We need to plan on avoiding the goat, not traveling at night if we can help it. So we need to find out if it's possible to get to the center in a day without dark falling. We also need to think about how we would deal with this dragon that is there,
We
apparently.
need to know what kind of dragon it is.
And the really big bird.
And I hope we don't see the big bird along the way, because unfortunately I think flying is probably the best way to get around without running into all this stuff that's on the ground.
So I got it. Kill the bird, kill the dragon, kill the goat, and it's easy.
Did say there were multiple temples, didn't he?
You also got to keep in mind the hag is on her way to the middle.
Right,
Right,
and
that's-
kill the hag.
We have to get there before she does, because we don't know what she's going to do with that or what.
She's probably already in the inner section.
We can only hope that she's susceptible to the curse and having a hell of a time. But I think we need to head
don't
that
know.
way first thing in. We need to rest. We need to get information about this dragon, the temple, and anything else we might run into on the way, and the supplies we'll need. And then we need to go as fast as we can to try to catch her.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of time to
And
hang out in
tokens.
this town. We really got to get going to the middle.
Yeah,
as soon as possible.
I agree. All right. We need sleep. Should I put up the dome just to be safe?
Sure.
I'll put up the dome inside our little shack.
We can
Yep,
technically
it's-
get away without a watch then.
You guys go to the shack. Somebody does bring you some like food and libations and stuff. Anything that you might need, blankets if you don't have them, that kind of stuff. Hot water. Yeah, to wipe yourselves down or whatever. Not enough for a bath, but as you guys do that, you put up your dome. Try to find sleep in this little rickety shack. You feel like the wind kind of moves this whole thing slightly, just kind of like makes it kind of shake slightly throughout the night. But as you finally find rest, we'll go ahead and end our session there. I'll see you guys in a couple weeks. Play some more D&D.
Yeah. 2 weeks from now.
You bud.
So thanks for hanging out, guys. We love you. And remember, we did it for the rolls.
We did it for the rolls.